Hello and welcome to Northstars Live. I am your host, Mickey Holmes.
G'day, and I'm Gavin Thurston.
Perfect. So we are back at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium today for our last doubleheader here for the 2018 AIHL season. Today's game will see the second place Newcastle Northstars take on Adelaide Adrenaline, who are currently sitting on the bottom of the leaderboard. So today on Northstars Live, we'll be having a look at a couple of interviews. So the first will be with Dave Ferrari and Matt Lindsey playing the newlywed shoe game. And then we'll have a chat to Northstars goalie Dane Davis before having a chat to Ray Sheffield, the Northstars coach. So it's going to be a really big day today.
It is.
What are you looking forward
Mickey,
to?
I'd like to welcome you to the team, and firstly I'd like to ask, how did you get involved in the Northstars?
Yeah, well, look, it sort of happened like most things in Newcastle do with around ice hockey. Came for just an ice skating lesson, and I was quite young, I think maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And my parents just fell in love with everyone around the rink and ice hockey in general, and we just started coming to games. We were sitting with the wives and girlfriends for a majority of the time.
Yeah, right. So
so
in the close knit.
Yeah, so it's been really good to sort of watch hockey grow in Newcastle and across Australia, and I even got to watch you play a few games back in the day. So yeah, that's how I sort of.
a long time ago.
Sort of how I ended up here. I just went to university and sort of.
So I saw you graduated.
Yes,
This
I did.
week, was it?
No.
No.
A couple of months ago, but
Had
very
your graduation.
exciting.
Yeah. And what was that you were studying?
Bachelor of Teaching.
Okay.
So a bit of left field being here commentating.
Yeah.
But I've always loved writing. Always loved working with social media, and I've always really loved hockey. So
perfect.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Just really worked out.
It's good to have you part of the team.
Thank you so much. So before we jump into today's action, let's have a look at what's happening around the rinks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last week's results, the Ice defeated the Mustang defeated the Ice. Oh, sorry. Let me start again. Ice defeated the Mustang 4-1. Northstars went to shootout and beat the Dogs 3-2.
Yep.
And the Ice also beat the Bears 2-1.
Yep.
And the Brave went down and played against the Thunder in Perth and walked away with a 6-2 win on the Saturday. Then on the Sunday, the Brave, with a delayed game.
Yeah, that's right. They were really not sure if that game was going to go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was flight delays or something like that.
So really great that they came together and were able to get that game going.
From what I understood, there was a big crowd there for that game.
Yeah, for the Canada Day clash.
Yes,
so that's really good.
Canada Day. So Brave walked away with a 6-2 winner in Adelaide there as well. So and then Mustang defeated the Bears 3-0, and the Northstars on the Sunday beat the Dogs 6-4.
Yeah, so
that helped the Northstars. They had a 5-point weekend.
Yep.
The Ice and the Brave both had a 6-point weekend. So the Brave now pretty clear ahead on the leaderboard.
Yep.
They look like they're going to take out minor premiers.
Yep.
So we'll let them have that.
Give them something.
Just give them something. They haven't won a cup yet. They haven't won a good old cup, so we'll let them have the minor premiers.
Yeah.
So big weekend this weekend for the Northstars.
Yeah, definitely.
If we can get away with 2 wins this weekend, that will put us clear of the Dogs and the Thunder, who are hot on our heels in 3rd and 4th spot.
Yes.
So pretty critical weekend.
I think only a point difference between us and 3rd place.
Third place, that's right.
Yeah, not a lot of room,
that's
really.
Right. Yeah, so if we unfortunately happen to drop a game, that could really make it tight in that spot. So
definitely.
Big game, especially against the Adrenaline this weekend, who are in last spot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yep.
So last weekend, as you said, we won in a shootout on the Friday night. And then on Sunday back here at HIS, we won 6-4. So it's the first time against the Ice Dogs either team were able to get a clear win. Every other game went to shootout because shows sort of how the league's really panning out this year.
Yeah.
So just before we go any further, I'd just like to say that Zane Jones and Thomas Lander are out.
Yep.
As well as Shane Southwood, but Timmy Stanger will be back out on the ice today, so it'll be good to see his larrikinism out there.
Right.
So, even though Adelaide Adrenaline are currently on the bottom of the leaderboard, they're an incredibly young team, and I think that's something that we've really got to respect and sort of just really wait for them to come out rearing.
Right. They've got 4 rookies that are in their team, and so a lot of youth, a lot of speed, and they don't even acknowledge those other players on the ice. They're new, fresh, young guys that are going to be out there to prove themselves. So,
definitely. They've got a lot to prove, and I think today's game will be no different. I don't think anyone should discredit it.
No.
Just because of where the teams are sitting on the board, the league this year is so close.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anyone's game.
And like you said, like the Adelaide goalie, he's an import.
Yep.
He's got great stats. He's last time we went down to Adelaide and played them at Adelaide,
Yep.
he had an amazing game. Really made it difficult for Newcastle to score. So he'll be on a big game today up here in Newcastle.
Yep.
And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm really excited to see this game, actually.
Yes.
So, going to the North Stars, we've got Pat Naden and Sam Lawson on the same line with Richie Sarik.
Sorry, yep.
So, it'll be really good to see Paddy and Sam together.
Well, they
got a
played-
bit of a bromance.
Yeah, they played well together last Sunday.
Yep, definitely. Help Sam get that goal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Coach Joey has given that line a lot of confidence. Like
Yep.
Sam got that game-winning goal.
Yes.
And that line also had a couple of opportunities on empty net later in the game, which Tassaric got that empty netter. Pat Naden had a chance, hit the post. And but I'm also interested in the third line for the
Yep.
North Stars today. Like Hayden Powell has been really pushing hard for that spot on the third line.
Hamo.
Yeah,
It's been really gunning for it.
So Joey's given him that chance. He's going to run him on that third line today with Matt Wittini and Liam Manwaring.
Yeah.
So that's probably more of a checking line.
Yeah.
Their job is to keep the puck down, create opportunities, finishing their checks, things like that. So I'll be really interested to see how that third line goes today.
Yeah.
And like you said, with Tim Stanger there as the 10th forward, he'll be injected into the team at certain times when Joey sees fit. So,
It'll be really interesting, and I think it's really nice this year to have depth in all our lines.
Yeah, that's right. And like just to be sitting Southwood, he will play tomorrow, but he's pushing for that spot as well. So that's really good to have that strength in our team that players are pushing each other to get that position in the team.
Yeah, and it seems to be really collegial, and everyone's pushing each other to better themselves as a team.
That's right. Yeah. Well, with the quality of imports and that we hear, Sam Banger, his points. He's played 4 games. Out of those 4 games, we've won 3.
Yeah.
So we've only had 1 overtime shootout loss
Yeah.
while Sam's been in the team.
Yeah.
He's got 8 points in 4 games. So
Yeah.
his average is really good.
Oh, it's
So
incredible.
if Sam can keep up those stats through this, who knows what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And I thought Nick Reve had an awesome game last weekend.
Yeah.
He came dressed in a suit, and the old saying is, if you look good, you'll play good.
Yeah.
And that's an old Don Cherry comment.
Oh, okay, all right.
So for Nick to rock up in his suit last week and then go and have a great game, 2 goals and an assist, and I think he got the hard worker's hat. So yeah.
No, I did see that. It was quite nice and interesting that you say that. I saw a few players wearing some questionable fashion choices around the rink before the game. So I think as well the chemistry on the team this year has been incredible,
Yeah.
and it just goes to show we might go to a video. So earlier this week we caught up with Matt Lindsey and Dave Ferrari, who are quite well known as best friends.
Yes,
I'd say.
yeah, absolutely.
And
NSA boys.
Yeah, that's right. And we got them to play the newlywed shoe game to find out how well they really knew each other. So why don't we have a look at that video now? My name's Mickey Holmes and I'm from the Newcastle Northstars. I'm here with Matt Lindsey and Dave Ferrari, our defenceman. We're going to be playing the newlywed game. So I'm going to ask them some questions. They're going to hold up their skates for which answer they think it is. So Dave's skates have the guard on them and Matt's don't. All right, so first question. Who is better at 2-touch?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, unanimously, Matt. All right. And who is the better driver? They're agreed. All right. And who's the crankiest without their morning coffee?
We're still agreeing for sure.
All right. Who is the best hyena?
You have to think about it, so.
All right. Whose dog is quicker? Ooh, there's a bit of disagreement there.
We're still waiting to settle that.
Oh,
Got him primed. He's
all
ready to
right.
go.
We'll come back to that one. Who's the better coach?
Yeah, gotta give it.
Good job. All right. Who is the most annoying in the carpool?
Well, Hamo's not
His
here.
skate's not here. Mid third.
All right. Fair call. Most likely to put puck top shelf.
On purpose?
Okay. Who says good night first?
Oh, come on.
Perfect.
I love my good night text.
Who snores the loudest?
I don't snore. You can't have my skate.
Great job. Who can bench more?
I'll be honest.
And who drinks the most chalky milk? Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Yep, pretty
did
much.
well?
You did well.
Awesome.
Not all the answers were the same, but you did pretty
I
well.
get to see you on 3 round now?
Yes, turn around and see your new date.
God.
No. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, sweetie. Thank you.
So that was Dave and
fun.
Matt taking
Yeah.
the Newlywed Challenge. So I think they agreed on pretty much everything except for whose dog's faster.
They are a wedding. They are married. Those
Oh,
two,
they
for
are.
Sure.
They're an old married couple, bickering all the time. But
Good to see Matt involved in those. I haven't really seen him in many of these, chats and stuff that you guys have been doing. So
Yep.
it's good to see Matt involved. So.
he's good. So they're racing their dogs. So hopefully we can get that on film and show you that quality content.
Yeah.
So throughout the season, Dane Davis has been incredible for the Northstars.
Yeah, he's playing well.
Incredible. So we had a chat to him about the doubleheader this weekend,
Yep.
how he feels about going up against Melbourne Ice, his old team.
Yes.
And this is what he had to say.
Hi, Lucy Bourne here from the Newcastle Northstars. I'm here with Dane Davis, our goalie. So we're coming into a weekend game, playing against Melbourne Ice. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. The team is really starting to hit stride. With we got Sammy Bang out now, and I think the team as a whole, we really found what we are as Northstars this year. Sometimes it takes a little while to get a bit of a gel, to get a bit of momentum, but certainly, we're hitting stride. We're sitting second on the ladder now. So, Melbourne Ice have won the last 2. Those guys have a lot of national team players, a lot of first-class athletes out there, and it's going to be a tough match. But I think it's really going to be a test of us. We're starting to get ready for playoff hockey. We need playoff intensity, and it'll certainly be a match that will show that. So,
Do you find it's harder seeing you've played with a lot of those guys before?
I don't find it as hard so much. A lot of friendships. There's a lot of good banter on the ice. If I make a save or they score a goal or vice versa. But at the end of the day, every one of them is dangerous. So we have to be prepared and make sure we do what's right and close to the game.
So from goals, you get a pretty good view of the team and what's happening. Do you feel there's been some real major improvements as the season's gone on?
Oh, absolutely. We start out, quite a rough start, but we're missing, 5 or 6 guys to the national team. And then our guys come back and we get on a roll, and we've really done well. We've really, as I said before, we're really finding what we are this year. We're really a blue-collar team. If we're hitting and we're forechecking and back-checking, we're going to be effective. We're not a run-and-gun team. We don't have the great firepower up front like the Canberra this year or Perth, but we have some good scorers, but we also have some great defensemen. So we're really starting to find our complementary side,
So we've had a few doubleheaders, we've got a few coming up. How do they affect you as a goalie?
Well, it depends who the goalie is. At my age, they affect me a little bit more. The hips and knees aren't what they used to be, for sure. But overall, it's good. If things are going well like they are for us, and they continue to go well, it's great because we keep momentum. But if things are struggling and a goaltender struggling, not getting the bounces, sometimes it can be negative. But at the moment, things are going really well, and we expect nothing but good results. So.
Thanks for your time, Dan. We're looking forward to hopefully 2 wins this weekend.
Well, hopefully. Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, so that was Dane's interview with Lucy
Yeah.
there, and having a really good chat about this weekend,
Yep.
and especially facing up against the Melbourne Ice.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
again, we're playing 2 teams that are on the bottom of the leaderboard, but I don't think that's anything that we should discredit
You
or
can't underestimate
Yeah,
them.
exactly. And I think you've got to treat both the games with respect and
Yeah, absolutely.
go into them, to give it your all, because if you make one if you falter in a step or anything in this league, it can really make you come undone.
That's right. Yeah, you got to judge each game on its own merits. You got to go out there and just play your normal game.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, you find when you play against a team that's a little bit lower on the ladder or whatever, you probably don't bring the same standard that you do when you play against a higher grade team like the Perth and the Brave and even against the Dogs last week. I thought the Dog game on the Sunday, especially last week, we played really well.
Yes.
So if we can bring that sort of style of hockey to this game, I think Adelaide will struggle. They're, as we said, they got a lot of rookies. They got a couple of good imports. Their top scorer is Alice Krakoska.
Yep.
He's a quality player. So you can't just expect that sort of player is not going to step up for this sort of game. He'd be up for this, playing in Newcastle, one of the best rinks in Australia. So, it'd be interesting to see what they bring.
Yeah, definitely. And echoing those sentiments was Northstars coach Ray Sheffield. I had the chance to speak to him earlier in the week, and he was very much on the same line that, they're taking this game, both these games, incredibly seriously. So we might have a look at what Ray said about today's game. Hi, my name's Vicky Holmes from the Newcastle Northstars. I'm here with Coach Ray Sheffield. So on Saturday night we're playing Adelaide Adrenaline. We've seen Adelaide twice when we went down there for our double header away. It was a shootout win for Adelaide and then we won outright on the Sunday. What are you expecting going into the weekend?
I'm expecting a similar sort of thing. I think they're fairly tough in the first game. I thought we handled them okay in the second game. So once we get our feet, I think we'll be okay.
Perfect. And is there anything that you're mixing up this weekend ready to take on Adelaide?
I think there might be a couple line changes. We'll see. One of the boys might be back in the lineup this weekend. So that's for Saturday anyway. So yeah.
Perfect. And Adelaide are having a bit of a rough trot at the moment. They're sitting bottom of the leaderboard. Are you still going to go into the game expecting them to have a really tough play?
Of course. We don't take anybody for granted. They're certainly a capable team. They have very good imports. Great goaltender. That's what we saw down there in Adelaide. So a goaltender can win games for you if you're close. So
perfect. Thank you so much, and good luck for Saturday.
No problem.
Hi, so that was Ray Sheffield talking about the game today. So do I have Alyssa there? Hello. So we spoke about just how we really need to take this game, approach it with the full respect I guess it really deserves, and that Adelaide shouldn't be taken, they shouldn't be underestimated.
Yeah, it's like one of those games where, yes, they are on the bottom of the leaderboard, but obviously you even look at, the most recent games we played in Adelaide, they did take us to a shootout and win at least once, and maybe you can put some of that down to their goaltending being absolutely phenomenal in that game, but there's every chance their goaltending could be absolutely phenomenal today, so we definitely need to go out, make the most of our opportunities, and just try and put the best foot forward, especially as we near the pointy end of the season. Exactly,
it's getting to that clinching point of the season where points really do matter, and the points are going to get you there to the semi-finals, and that's what the end game is.
Yeah, it's just they need to go out there and really look to get those 3 points from today, because when you are starting to get to the point where teams are going to start locking up finals places, we want to be one of those teams that do. Obviously, last season the North Stars just missed out, and I think a lot of the guys on the team can remember how bad that felt, and they don't want it to happen again.
Yeah, definitely, and I can see there's a lot more fire this season. The chemistry in the players is incredibly great out on the ice as well as off ice, and I think that's really showing in the points this season.
Yeah, it's definitely been showing in the point, and as you just alluded to off ice, we've even seen just today, there has been a decent amount of, I wouldn't say pranking, but light-hearted banter among the team in recent weeks, which really shows, yes, we're taking this season seriously, and yes, we are trying to get the most amount of points, but we're also having fun while we're doing it, which is obviously one of the most important things.
Yes, definitely. And I think Adelaide, they've probably had a bit of a rough trot this season with many of their, staple team leaving from last year. And, that's why the rookies are coming through. But, they need that ice time. They need to be out there to get better. And, they're incredibly good as it is.
Yeah, coming back from any season where you lose the league MVP during the off-season is going to be rough. And obviously Cameron Critchlow was a massive part of that team last year, but they've definitely bounced back from not having him so much anymore. There's rookies stepping up into new roles. There's younger players who this might not be their first season, but they're more stepping in and trying to contribute more offensively. And then they still have imports who are going out there and really getting the job done for them in every way they can.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something we've seen on our own team. You know, Pat Naden, a local player who's really stepped it up this season and just, you know, in the first couple of weeks just wowed everyone with, you know, points and goals and assists, and he's just been a really crucial part, and I think that's brought a really nice depth to the North Stars lines.
Yeah, it's very much in the way, like, you look at the makeup of successful, I suppose, AIHL teams in history. And yes, they always have really good imports, but you can only have 4 imports on the ice at any one point. So if you don't have that local depth to your organisation, you're not going to be going out there in September and contesting the cup.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, you know, once Adelaide starts to really build and get on a momentum, they're going to be a team to watch out for.
Yeah, obviously not having the best season this season, but they do have that young talent coming through. They've got new ice facilities being built, and we've seen just what those ice facilities have done to the quality of hockey in Melbourne, and I suspect Adelaide will go much the same way.
Yes, definitely. And what are you expecting for today's game?
I think it's going to be a really hard-fought match. Adelaide is quite a low-event team in terms of like taking penalties and drawing them, which I'm sure we'll talk about with Lucy later. But it's also, they're at the bottom of the ladder. It's getting to that type end of season where you're starting to look at it and be like, oh, when does our season end? And they're going to be avoiding that, which means they're going to be going out there and they are going to be playing a hard game, because that's the eventuality that every team kind of wants to avoid.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for that, Alyssa, and I think it'll make for a really great game for today.
I hope it will.
Thank you. Awesome. So, Gab, you know, we're really looking forward to today's game. I think it'll be fast-paced. You know, the boys are out there warming up.
That's right. Well, as Alyssa just touched on, with your local talent and yourself that you're speaking about, what we're hoping to do is, in our coverage, is include our local North Stars, our Pee-wees, our Bantams, our Midgets, our East Coast team, our senior teams. And we'll even show our viewers the results of those games each week, just to show you a bit of interest in that our club is growing.
Yeah.
It's not just our North Stars that we have on the ice each week. We have all these young guys that aspire to be a North Star one day.
Yeah.
So we want to include those sort of players in our coverage and include them so that they feel part of the North Star organisation. And yeah, that's something that we would like to bring to the show in the future.
Well, that would be really great to bring to, and I think, you know, that's something that the North Stars are very strongly about, is a big community hockey family feel. And
that's right. Like, people that may not be involved in the hockey, and like last weekend when the Canada-America game was, and Ellie was going around and interviewing people, and they didn't even know there was an AIHL organisation, like a competition in Australia. So if we can start getting that out there and more people know about it, and you know, the Pee-wees hear their name mentioned during our coverage, you know, that could make them feel like they're a part of the North Stars. So,
and a part of like the hockey community in Australia.
Yeah. We're only growing and we're going to get bigger, and you know, Gary and the whole management crew like to really set the standard, and like you guys are doing with the coverage of the game, is setting a standard for Australian ice hockey, and to lift the standard. So to watch our imports out on the ice and our local talent, you know, bringing the game to watch. So.
Perfect, and hopefully they bring that game today. So we might wrap it up here and let you get ready for today's game. But
we'll
thank you so much.
We'll have the post-game show after the after
definitely
the game.
Chat to some coaches and some players and really get a sense of what that game was about.
And our all-female commentary today. So
yes, very exciting, and I think the first in AIHL history.
Yep. So,
which is great.
Good luck, girls.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We'll see you after.
Here come the Braves, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassett with a shot, and he scores! And he tries to walking in, he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood. Teresi hits a shot away and scores! 4-4. Lachlan going to the net, shoots, and he scores! And then towards Cox. Cox gets the shot away. Davis makes the save. No, it's in! It's in! Perth takes the lead!
Live from Hunter Ice Skating Stadium in Newcastle, this is AIHL TV. The regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Owners. Owners are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Hi, welcome to the Newcastle Northstars game. We've got the Adelaide Adrenaline versus the Newcastle Northstars at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. I'm Lucy Bourne.
And I'm Alyssa Longmuir, and we are going to be your commentary team today, which is more than a little exciting for several reasons.
Yes, so this is the first ever all-female commentary in the AIHL.
We think potentially in men's hockey. I did a bit of research this morning. If someone wants to prove me wrong on that, I am more than willing to accept that. In fact, I would love to know all about it. So.
Yeah, it's pretty exceptional though. Like, I know I've played for a while. You're just like a hockey fanatic. You love hockey. You love stats. Tell us a bit about your stats.
Yeah, I did a graduate certificate in sports analytics last year, so got myself some little letters I can put next to my name to when I go and yell about things. But no, I'm very much a mathematically minded person, so it seems like a very easy entry route into the sport for me, and it's more of like I look at the numbers and use them to, I suppose, complement what I can see on the ice and explain it a bit better, because I don't necessarily know all of the hockey terminology you would, so I use numbers to help explain what I'm seeing, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a good game today, and I am super excited about the entire thing.
So we're looking at the leaderboard so far. Newcastle's looking towards the top end with pretty close game points between the top 4 teams. Even number 5 is kind of pushing up to make their way in. What kind of things do you think we need to pull out to really solidify our spot today?
I think Newcastle had a bit early in the season where we were a little rocky, and obviously getting those 2 wins last weekend really helped us. We went from kind of being on, I suppose, the bottom half of the top 4 to kind of solidly in the top 4, because we have Canberra out in front, then we have the Ice Dogs, the North Stars, and the Sydney Bears, all kind of in that 2 to 5 mix. But the Sydney Bears have played considerably less games than both us and the Ice Dogs, which made it difficult to compare for a while. So a lot of people were looking at points percentage and like how many points we'd taken from the games we'd played so far. And Newcastle wasn't looking great on those numbers. It had us outside the top 4, which is not where we want to be. But with the 5 points we came away from last weekend, has jumped us to 2nd in the, like, I suppose, standard ladder, and then 3rd in points percentage, which shows that really good, and we're in a good place heading into the rest of the season. If we continue at the rate we're going, we, and everyone else does as well, we will finish in the top 4. But obviously we don't control everyone else, we just control ourselves. So it's really up to the team to go out there and to keep getting those points. We're in a spot that says we make playoffs, but we need to hold that spot come the last weekend of August. Otherwise, all of this doesn't matter.
Yeah, and when we're coming into this part of the season, nearly every game you play needs to be finals hockey level. Like, you need to be playing like you would in the finals and really fight for it. You see, like, there's no time for slacking off. There's no time for that big experimenting with lines and big changes. We had that a couple of weeks ago where we had Sammy Banga join us, our new import, and we changed all of the lines, and it was a big risk, I felt, because previously when we've changed our lines, it's really thrown people off because they'd just built those relationships and we had so many new players at the start of the season. But luckily it paid off, worked out really well. We had players gelling well together. We split up the pairing of Nick Reve and Joe Harcharik with their little bromance, but they survived. They're still on the same line. Reve's just in defence, Harcharik's up front. But it all worked out well, and we've been seeing it pay off. We've been seeing goals, much better setups. Everyone's fighting to keep that space in the slot, which I find was kind of lacking off before. We weren't even keeping players out of our slot and staying in the other team's slot, because it is so important. A lot of those games where we've lost quite considerably, they've just been there ready to get those knock-ins, and there's nothing a goalie can do about it. Ideally, the goalie is responsible for the shot coming at them from the player, and anyone who's standing in the slot ready for the rebound is a defense job. So I think we'll see that really kick in, and the importance of every single goal matters now. So coming into Adelaide, they haven't played here before. Tell us a bit about how they look? Like, what's the go with their team?
Yeah, they've definitely not had the greatest season, but they are a really young team. And I think I alluded to it briefly with the brief chat with Mickey then. They're a really low event team, or special events team, we'll call it, which is to say you rarely see their special teams. They have the lowest number of, I think it's the lowest number of power plays and the second lowest number of penalty kills. So they don't draw a ton of penalties, they don't take a ton of penalties. So most of their time on the ice is spent at 5-on-5, which compared to Newcastle, where I wouldn't say we're a high event team, but we're up there. Like, we're taking about like league average number in both I suppose experiences.
Yeah, you'd imagine with a younger team, because they don't have that leadership of the experienced players, when they were falling behind, it would be because they're getting lots of penalties.
And particularly with a younger team that is at the bottom of the ladder and is losing games, it's weird to see them be such a low event team, particularly on the penalty kill, because you'd think they'd be taking more of those penalties as like desperation acts. You'd be expecting more hooking and tripping calls, but they just really isn't. They're really disciplined when
Maybe
it comes to taking
junior leagues as well.
Well, that's an interesting thing. A lot of their players on their team this year actually came up from the Adelaide Generals AJHL team.
Yeah.
So they're clearly doing something good down in the AJ in Adelaide, which is teaching their players not to take, I suppose, unnecessary penalties. There's definitely penalties that you kind of need to take. You weigh the risks, you take them, and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm going to go spend 2 minutes in the box, but that was totally worth it. But then there's other penalties where, like, anyone who's ever watched a game of hockey and wanted one team to win will know what it feels like when your team takes just like a blatant stupid penalty. You're just like, what are you doing?
I've seen a lot of that in AJ as well. Like, I've watched a couple of the senior games in previous years, and those boys, like, it's that age group as well. You've got, I think it's like 16 or 17 up to like 21.
Yeah, it's that juniors age group.
So there's lots of testosterone, even between like a 17-year-old and a 20-year-old can be massive size differences. Everyone feels like they're out there to prove themselves. A little bit kind of mess with me, I'll mess with you attitude.
You get a little argy-bargy.
Yeah, so it's really, they must be really strict on it in Adelaide, and their coaching staff must be very particular to make sure that they're sensible players and that it works well, it's effective. It would just be good to see these guys really push it today. Whether that means they'll get more penalties, we'll see.
Yeah, whether it's more penalties or trying to get more scoring chances, they really just need to be making the most of their opportunity, because they are at the bottom of the ladder and the points are winding down, and as teams clinch, other teams get knocked out. So even if they're not going to make playoffs this year, they still need to be performing at their maximum ability to get a learning experience out of it, because if you just give up, that's going to carry over to next season whether you mean to or not. So
we've got the national anthem now, so we'll stop talking. Alright, so coming in to these games, how many weeks do we have left until finals positions are really starting to be solidified?
In terms of some teams, we could be starting to see finals positions be solidified as soon as next weekend or the weekend after. But because we do have obviously they're talking about the Canberra Brave, let's not even try and like wishy-wash around that. Canberra could potentially clinch next weekend.
Okay.
What is more interesting, I guess, is the situation with 2 to 5 all being really close. There's always that fight for maybe the 4th spot or maybe the 3rd and 4th spot, but to have 2, 3 and 4 really up for contention, I ran some numbers and a couple of simulations and stuff, yada yada yada, fancy maths. And everything had people clinching pretty much in the last 2 games of the season for the rest of the team. So it is really potentially going to be a season that comes down to the wire for the North Stars. It's not going to be wrapped up nice and pretty if everyone continues at kind of their current average rates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see how it goes. I haven't really had a look at what our schedule looks like at the end of the season. I know some of the Sydney teams have quite a tough end of season schedule.
Yeah.
With, I think it's the Ice Dogs have to play Canberra twice in like the last 2 weeks, which is not really what you want.
Not really. I know we've got a pretty home game heavy end of schedule, but we'll talk about this later. The puck drop's about to happen. We've got Rick West as our ref tonight, and Nick Eyre and Dan Bora as our linesmen. We've got Joe Hatcharik starting in centre, along with Riley from the Adelaide Adrenaline, and let's go with the puck drop. If Rick wants to drop it, there we go. So it's heading back towards Dane Davis, who's going to hit it around the boards to Reve. Banger's looking for a breakout, but number 6 is trying to break it out from the Adrenaline. Bit of a messy play at the moment. Everyone's trying to get through the neutral zone. Adams passes around the boards to Aperson. Adrenaline taking their time to get their breakout right. That one's back to Reve. He's looking for someone to pass it to through the middle. Hatcharik's bringing it in, looking for a pass. Kratoska is bringing it up, shot on Dane Davis on the pads. Hazelhurst is taking that one down. We've got Lindsey looking for a pass from the Northstars down to Hazelhurst, who's actually a defence, taking it in. Lawson's looking for that shot. Naden's passing into the slot, and it's a stoppage of play because the goals are off.
Oh, that net is definitely off.
Yeah.
Seen anything one? A little bit. Kratoska, obviously, you mentioned there, has had a phenomenal season so far with the Adrenaline. Put up some truly phenomenal numbers. He's at 13 goals, 13 assists to lead his team, which particularly when you're on a bottom feeder-ish team, are some really good numbers.
Yeah. So, puck drop to the goalie's right. Got Lawson picking it up around the back of the net, looking for a pass. Adelaide putting the pressure on. Naden's gained possession. It goes to Stringer, who passes it out, which looks like it'll be an icing. No icing on that one. Hazelhurst passes it around to number 30. Okay, I missed it. 37. Don't have him, but that's okay. Dane Davis covers that one to his left, and it will be a puck drop to Dane Davis's left in the Newcastle Northstars end. We've got Matt Wittini taking the puck drop along with Stapleton. Goes to their right. Hayden Sheard is fighting for the puck. We've got Hamish Pal breaking it out. Passing it down to Ferrari. Sheard's passing it through. Pope is carrying it down, looking for a pass in the centre. It's a real messy play at the moment, just trying to get possession of the puck. Ferrari's looking for a pass to get it out. Around to Dane Davis's left. Big hit on Tombleson just then against the boards, fighting for the puck in front of the net. Davis has it covered.
Yeah, a bit of a scuffle in front of the net then. I'd say just the Adrenaline so far have really impressed me with, I suppose, how hard they're chasing after the puck, particularly when it was in low in their own end then.
Yeah.
A little bit earlier. Really chasing after and being really hard on the forecheck and just trying to not necessarily get it out, but also gain possession in the process, which is what you need to do.
Puck drop to Dane Davis's left. We've got the lines. We've got Ward passing it through to Banger, who loses possession. Hatcharik's carrying it down. Banger's going down. looking for a pass through the middle. Stringer passes it up to Best, going back to Paddy Ward. Banger's about to take it back in. Passes it across to Reveille, gaining possession. A lot of pressure from their Adrenaline. Hacharik's down, looking to take a shot. Oh, it bounces off the goalie's pad. Krotowski's taking the puck down the left side for Davis. Paddy's looking to interrupt that play. Hacharik's passes it around down to Malloy, who loses possession. And it's a stoppage of play for offside.
Just for some clarification for anyone who might be needing to know, and also Lucy, the Adelaide goalie, Sebastian Anderson, is actually not wearing his normal number tonight. He is wearing a blank jersey, so
okay, that's
he's
why
in 23.
I'm so
I suddenly realised you didn't say the goalie's name, and I was like, oh, I know why. They told me.
All right. So we've got the puck drop. Lindsay's carrying it down, dumps it in. Anderson passes it around the boards. Adams is hit it out, and it looks like it's going to be an icing. It nearly looked like that was going to be a pass, though, when he hit it out, but that's okay.
They considered it and then called it icing anyway.
Yeah. That's all good. We've got a puck drop to Anderson's right. Do we have two Andersons on the one team? Okay.
Definitely, yep. Just to make things a little more fun.
Yeah. So it's a stoppage of play. Adrenaline are going to have to put a new centre in for the puck drop. To Anderson's right. Got Pole taking a puck drop. Anderson passes it out. Lindsay's got possession to Sarik's, carrying it around through the middle in the neutral zone. Breaking it in. Anderson passes it up to... Ooh, we've got Hazelhurst breaking it back in. Pole, fantastic job getting it out of the slot. Davis passes it around the boards to Sarik. Paddy Naden's chasing the puck into the corner. Stapleton's putting pressure on along with Adams from the Adrenaline. Got Lawson passing it to Hazelhurst. Big shot on goal. Paddy tries to knock it in but knocks it away. We've got Tombleson breaking it down. Shot on Davis off his shoulder. We've got a penalty against the Northstars coming. And Tombleson, there we go. The penalty is called for...
Tripping.
Yeah,
I had saw an Adrenaline player go flying in the far corner, so, and the hand went up straight after. So that was going to be a tripping call in every universe.
Yeah, we've got Tasarik in the box for 2 minutes. Newcastle with their penalty kill line on. Puck drop to the left side of Davis. Stapleton's taking the puck drop along with... I can't see the North Star that's there. We've got Reveille breaking it down. Got Stapleton holding on to it. Adelaide's taking their time to make sure they use it well. Adams is carrying the puck. Passes it across in the middle. Adams is taking it down. Looking for a pass through the middle. Riley's keeping the possession. And we're seeing a lot of just passing around looking for that good scoring opportunity. North Stars are holding their box in the middle, trying to keep them out of the slot. We've got Adelaide pulling their goalie ready to put a sixth player on. So we've got a stoppage of... We've got an interference call.
So I know I guess I spoke a little bit about the Adelaide Adrenaline power play earlier. While they're like quite low event, which is to say this is only their 55th power play of the season, which compared to anyone else isn't a lot. They have been fairly successful in the power plays they have, scoring on average on 20% of those. So definitely one the North Stars are going to be looking to lock down and make sure they don't get that early goal.
So puck drop is to Davis's left. We've got Adelaide looking to keep possession, passing along the line a bit, moving to the middle to take a shot on Davis, who's got it covered.
But no, in comparison, Newcastle's been okay on the penalty kill this season. I wouldn't say it's definitely been one of our strengths. We're definitely good at it, but it's more so just from taking a lot of penalties, which is an unfortunate side effect.
Yeah. We've got the puck drop to Davis's right, and we're looking to get it out of the zone, so it won't be an icing as we're on a penalty kill with only 3 players on the ice. So we've got number 21 breaking it down from the Adrenaline. Matt Lindsey putting the pressure on in our zone. Adelaide taking a shot on Davis, just a bit wide. If that went a little bit further in, that probably could have been a goal. Got number 21 passing it down to Tosca, number 16 trying to get a shot on goal. Very scrappy in front of the net. 10 seconds left until one of our North Stars come back out on this penalty kill. Adelaide looking for a shot. Shot on Dane Davis. We've got Tesarix chasing that puck down. Anderson, oh, geez, we've got the goalie tripped over. Tesarix fighting for that puck. Lawson's trying to keep it with our possession. Adams is looking for a pass from Adelaide. Passes in the middle to Riley, but Hazelhurst gains the possession. Lawson's breaking it down, looking for a shot. Takes a shot on Anderson. To rebound, he's still got the puck. Adelaide's putting the pressure on, trying to get that puck back. Best and Lawson and number 6, which is Boyle, are all trying to fight him for the puck. Naden picks that up, but we've got a penalty, which is an offside. Sorry, just a stoppage.
Obviously, every time the goalie leaves their crease, they're technically fair play.
Yeah.
But it's probably not good form, I would say, to essentially check the opposing goalie into the board. And I'm really I suppose we talked a little bit about Adelaide's, I suppose, composure. Not going after Tesarix for that. Yeah. Honestly, hats off to them, because I was waiting for someone to drop gloves.
Definitely. So we've got a puck drop just outside of the zone. Hazelhurst is keeping the possession, carrying it around down into the North Stars defensive zone, passing it across to Lindsay, passing down to Manwaring, who's skating down through the middle. We've got 5-on-5 again now. Manwaring has the puck, carrying it behind, passing to Hazelhurst, looking for a pass through the middle, but it's intercepted. Stringer is trying to break it out. Reve's gained possession, got it on his backhand. Anderson's with this. Oh, got a shot on Anderson. This is messy. Naden's bringing it around, looking for a pass. Shot on Anderson, bounces off to his right onto the boards. Reve's got possession, had a little trip, but there's no penalty. North Stars are keeping it in. Manwaring's got possession. Anderson's pushing him, fighting for the puck. There's a bit of biff. Boyle passes it out, and North Stars have got a penalty, and Manwaring is down.
A little bit of, I suppose, the argy-bargy. We were almost expecting the last stoppage of play. Finally,
I think Liam, I don't want to say asked for it, but he did push him after the puck.
Yeah, there was definitely some you probably shouldn't have there, but I also think Adelaide's, I suppose, anger levels are rightfully higher than they should be.
Yeah.
Still, not a good idea to check someone's goalie, just ever.
Yeah, my dad's a goalie and I play on the same team as him, and it tends to not go down very well if someone messes with the goalie. So we've got Manwaring and Boyle both in the box for 2 minutes, it looks like. So we're going to have 4-on-4, maybe. Let's see what Rick says. We've got a mother's meeting with the ref. Going to chat about the penalties. He didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve it. Let's see what happens.
The ref's just slowly skating over towards the benches now, and hopefully we will find out how long the penalties are for then. Looking like it will be 5-on-5 maybe.
I think that's what I saw as well.
So they're taking 5-minute roughing calls then, which I would say isn't unexpected.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, obviously not a fight because no gloves were dropped, but I feel it warrants a roughing call.
Unfortunate for Adelaide though, because they only have 4 defence in the first place. So to have one of them in the box for 5 minutes, only having 3 defence then really puts you at a disadvantage unless they move someone back. So Adelaide win the puck drop, passing it around the boards to Kratoska, who's skating it down the right side, passing it across to number 16, and it's been intercepted as going down towards the Anderson in goals. Adams is passing it out, and it's been intercepted in the neutral zone by Malloy. Hacharek's carrying down, shot on Anderson, he's gloved it. So first shot was a rebound, second shot he gloved the rebound.
Yeah, I'd be looking at potentially seeing Aperson, I guess, double shifted in this thing. He usually quite often see him skating with Boyle, so it will be interesting to see who does end up picking up those extra minutes, but I wouldn't be surprised if they went in his direction.
Young players should be able to double shift anyway. We've got a puck drop to Anderson's left. North Stars win that one going around to Bangor. A lot of pressure from Aperson to get that, to lose possession of that puck. String has got the puck against the boards. North Stars gain possession with Malloy. Bangor gains possession, carries it through the middle. Hacharek then picks it up. We've got DeFerrari looking for a shot, and Bangor knocks it in. So that one was Ferrari's shot, a little bit high. Bangor's stick was there, and it just got in the corner of the Adrenaline's goal.
So Sam Bangor continues his frankly phenomenal points per game pace. This is obviously only his 5th game in the AIHL. Previous to today's game, he was at a solid 2.0 points per game, which is definitely not the highest in the league, but just coming out and kind of maintaining that after that first obviously fantastic weekend he has. It's been really interesting to see.
He's brought a really good vibe to the team as well. I think it's picked them up. We've got the puck drop with Hazelhurst. Oh, sorry, not Hazelhurst. We've got someone tripping over the blue line. Shot on Anderson. Tasarek's picked it up, carried around. Shot on Anderson. Bounces off his pads. Lawson's got the possession behind the net. Carrying it around the boards, looking for a pass. And it's... goals are off, maybe? I'm not... Yeah, there we go. Goals are off. I think we must have a bit different ISL goals here, because the goals seem to come off a lot for other teams when they're here. Maybe the other ones are more secure.
Potentially. Though I don't imagine that would be an issue that Sydney teams have. The Sydney goals at Macquarie are notoriously shifty.
Tasarek's looking for a shot on Anderson. It's intercepted by one of the Adelaide players. Skates. We've got Adelaide with possession, looking for those passes. Adams passes it up through the middle to Anderson, who's looking to bring it down. Dane gains possession, passes it around the boards. And I've got Hazelhurst looking for a pass down the middle. And it's a bit of a reach on Anderson. Naden gains possession to the right of Anderson. Another Anderson now. Adams is breaking it up from the Adrenaline. Straight to the sides, down the right. Pressure from the North Stars. Naden just gains possession of him and knocks it out of the zone. We've got Tasarek coming down with the puck on Anderson's right. Backhands it. Anderson had it covered. Stringer passes it out to number 37, who's carrying it down the right side. Takes a shot on Dane straight to the chest. So he's got that one covered.
No, since you mentioned goalies before, and I have now mentioned Sydney's bad goals staying in situation, it got to the point that one of the import goalies for, I believe it was the Ice Dogs last year, actually bought his own goal picks and would change them in between periods to be on his goals at the right end of the ice because he got so annoyed with them coming off so frequently.
Okay, got a puck drop to Davis's left. Around the boards, Pal picks it up, takes it into the zone. onto Anderson's right. He's carrying it around the boards, looking for a shot into the middle. Paddy takes a shot on goal, bringing it around the side behind the net. Best looking to pressure Pal to lose that puck. Sheard takes a shot on. .47 carries it down the side for the Adrenaline. Passes it blindly behind him as he didn't have many options. North Stars are looking to break it out now. Reve lost possession, and now 33 is carrying it down through. Reve gains possession behind the net and passes it around. A bit of a scuffle here to try and get it out of the zone. Back and forth. Still behind the net, and it's been called as a stoppage of play, and it will be dropped to Davis's left. We've got 2 minutes 22 left in the first period, with the North Stars up 1-0.
I would always say, like, neither teams really seem to have settled into this game so far. Obviously, the North Stars have got the goal, and that was great for them, but there's just still a lot of very weird neutral zone play. Like, no team really seems to be taking control so far, I would say.
Yeah, puck drop to Davis's left. We've got Sheard trying to pass it out, but number 4 from the Adrenaline keeping it. The puck's gone against the boards. Malloy's got possession, passes back to Reve, who's looking for a pass. Passes across to Sheard, who's carrying it down through the middle. Carries it into the zone, loses possession, but picks it back up again. Adams gains possession of his shot, and it's free puck. Stapleton passes across, which Malloy picks up and is now carrying down through the middle and takes a shot on goal. Banger's got the puck on the left side of Anderson, really fighting to keep it. Adelaide's putting the pressure on there. Harcharek's got it, carries behind the net. Gets, scrappy little play to the left of Anderson. Harcharek looks to pass. Banger! Knocks it in! Wow.
Point 1, point 2, there they are. Merry Christmas, wrapped in a box.
That was a scrappy little goal, but I am still here for it. So that came off Harcharek's pass. Banger kind of had it up in the air a little bit and just knocked it into Anderson's right in the very corner of the goals.
And knocking them up in the air always takes like phenomenal hand-eye coordination. I say this as someone with pretty much no hand-eye coordination. Whenever anyone can like hit a puck, let alone hit a puck in midair, I'm like, wow, impressive, amazing, great job.
It's something I don't try because I don't want to fail at it. So I've got the puck drop with Anderson and Lawson. We've got a pass down through the middle to Sarek. Lawson passes it into Hazelhurst, takes a shot on Anderson, which he had covered. Lindsey tries to keep it in, but it does bounce off the sticks and go out of play. So we've got a pass. Maybe the goals are coming off. He's quite an active goalie. He's moving from side to side a lot. He comes onto the goals quite hard, I see. So maybe that's why it's knocking off so much, but it's not a big deal. Stop it, fix it. Let's get on with it. Puck drop to Anderson's right. Adams is keeping possession of the puck, trying to carry it through, passes it to Riley, who breaks it out through the middle, carrying it down, looking for a pass in the middle. Bounces off Davis. Watini's carrying it down, passes it through to Paddy Ward. Watini's got it again through the middle. Bit of a scrappy shot that's bounced off someone's stick. It's out of the zone, going down the North Stars end, and it's going to be an icing with 30 seconds to go.
Nice little icing with, not long left. I suppose convenient for the North Stars. You get one last offensive zone face-off, and you can definitely knock one in that amount of time. But for the Adrenaline, you really want to going to be stopping that now.
So puck drop is to Anderson's left. Adams gains possession, is carrying it out, passes it down to Kratoska, who's carrying it down the right side with a lot of speed. It's been intercepted by the North Stars defence, passes it to number 6, which is Boyle. Watini nearly knocks it out, is putting a lot of pressure on the Adelaide Adrenaline to get it out. Here comes Reve with that pass down to Liam Manwaring, who's just carried it over the line, trying to keep possession. Boyle's got him covered, keeps him too wide. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys had played in AJ together, actually, because they're both that same kind of age, and Manwaring used to play a bit of AJ.
Yeah, I would not, I would say they're about the same age. quite possibly, even if they haven't played together in AJ, definitely things like the Tange tournament, they've come against each other in state-by-state games.
Yeah, so we've seen the North Stars up 2-0 in the first period, both goals by Banga, both rebounds that has kind of got off another pass from a player, quite a direct pass that is kind of knocked in. What do you feel about the first period?
I'd say, really, I mentioned a little bit earlier, neither team really seems to, I suppose, settle into their games. The 2 goals that did come, while great goals, and obviously, like, sometimes I think we discard rebounds as, like, garbage goals or, like, tap-ins. But, like, it takes a lot of skill to be able to get those pucks and collect them and manage to, like, elevate them or knock them out of air to actually get them into the net. But that being said, even though the North Stars are up 2 goals, they haven't really looked like they're dominating the game. I wouldn't say the score is representative of what we've seen on the ice. It has been a lot of slightly messy neutral zone play. Both teams are really chasing those pucks hard. So it's been a really interesting game to watch, but I don't think either team has taken control or really settled into their own way of playing yet.
Yeah, Adelaide I find are keeping a lot of possession in our zone. It's just they lose it and North Stars are just getting it out as soon as they can. So I think coming into the second we'll probably see them gain a bit of possession in our zone and probably get some more shots on, because we haven't seen a whole lot of shots on Dane yet, and the shots we have seen have been straight to the body.
Yeah, they've been a few, even within that, with that extended 5-on-3 they had for a little while. Really, the only shots we had were those couple from Kotoska, big firing slap shots from the top of the middle of the blue line, which, while great and can definitely be super effective in a power play, are ones that the goalie quite often sees quite easily. They're heading straight at you. You just got to center yourselves and catch it on your body and brace for impact, I guess, because I've definitely seen Kotoska shoot with a kilometre-per-hour radar on it from the All-Star game, and I would not want to be putting myself in front of that under any situation.
Definitely not. I wouldn't want to be doing it either. So we've seen the North Stars get a little bit antsy. Do you think it's going to be a bit of a rough game?
I don't think necessarily rough. I don't think either team's been overly physical, even though I think, as we mentioned, like, the Adrenaline have definitely had reason to be overly physical and to get a little mad. I was watching Jasarek specifically on the ice for a little while there, and there wasn't really any, like, out-of-the-way, over-exuberant hits on him, which I thought we might see a little bit of it, just like the completely legal hits, but a little bit harder than they probably need to be for the situation. But we weren't really seeing too many of them. Definitely some hits, but I wouldn't say they were going out of their way to target him. And it was just, I think they could be getting more physical, but I think more likely we're going to see one team or the other really settle into their game and take over.
Alrighty, we've got Mickey Holmes ringside, ready for an interview with Ray Sheffield, I'm fairly sure, so we'll see you soon.
Completely lost track of my thoughts for like 5 seconds when Michael spoke.
My name's Vicky Holmes and I'm here at intermission break down here with North Stars coach Ray Sheffield. Ray, it's been a pretty good first period for the North Stars. We're up 2-0. What are some takeaways from the first period that you've really highlighted for you?
I think just taking advantage of our opportunities. So I think in the first game we played them down there, we didn't really do that. So it was nice to see some goals scored. We don't really start off very well, and today we did. So
yeah, definitely. And Sammy Banger has definitely been a massive part. Sorry, there's just a bit of monkey business going on. Sammy Banger has definitely been a massive part of both of those goals, scoring both of them. What's he really brought to the team for you?
just the goal scoring. We didn't really have a lot of threats up front. And he's brought that for us, so it's good.
Definitely. All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and good luck with the rest of the game. And also good luck with being a coach with Joe Terrio. Thank you.
Hi, welcome back to the second period of the Newcastle Northstars versus the Adelaide Adrenaline. We're currently 2-0 going the Northstars' way, but it was a pretty even period last period.
Yeah, a bit of even period. Both teams definitely getting their chances. I think we could see Adelaide get a few more as this period progresses. Definitely something they're going to be willing to look at, given I think most of their looks were kind of on power play.
Yeah.
But in terms of like possession and things like that, it seemed like the teams were very evenly sharing the puck in that instance.
Yeah, and I think because Adelaide haven't played us in a while, we haven't played Adelaide in a while, our team has changed a lot and our game has changed. They've probably got to readjust their playing style a little bit to the team that they're versing, and as we would as well. So we'll see what it's like after the coaches chat to the teams. Maybe we'll see a bit of a change, but if they keep on playing the way they're playing, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be getting more shots on.
Yeah, it's definitely... both teams have had fantastic opportunities, but we are really looking for one team or the other to come out and really, I suppose, take the reins in this game.
So we've got, just a recap, Anderson in goals for Adrenaline and Dane Davis in goals for the Newcastle Northstars. We've swapped ends. Rick's about to drop the puck. Adelaide is ready to go before the puck's even dropped. We've got to swap out the centres. We've got Harcharik and number 47 doing the puck drop. Adelaide gained possession, passing D to D. Number 21 passes back through to Boyle. Malloy gets possession, shoots on goal. Anderson had it covered. Oh, another shot on, and it didn't quite go in. We've got 73 looking D to D pass, bringing it out. Passing it through to number 71, who it is just an offside. So Best was looking to fight for that puck before it was an icing, but didn't quite make it as Ward had it.
Just a little slow on the approach there. Maybe try skating a little faster next time, but what do I know?
Can you skate faster?
Nope. Definitely not.
So puck drop is to Anderson's left, and Adelaide just win that one and get it out of their zone. We've got Malloy passing it back in. Best regains possession. Adelaide are keeping possession in their zone for a while, trying to gain some speed, bringing it down through the middle, passing across to number 21. And the Northstars just get it back. Malloy passes across to Harcharik, carrying it down the right side, does a little slide, looks for a pass, and he doesn't quite get there. Rivet gains possession, carries it back down to our end as it's got pressure on from Anderson, I think it is. Oh, sorry, Kratoska. And Harcharik takes a big shot, but it's a bit too wide to the right. Bangers fights for possession, gains it behind the net, passes it to Lindsey, who passes it back to Banger around the boards. Tries a shot on net, but it bounces off Boyle's skate. Number 16 passes it back, D to D pass. We've got Adelaide changing, so we're looking to fill in some time. Number 21 takes a shot on Davis, straight to the glove.
I think a good start from both teams. I know we talked a little bit earlier about both teams seeming a little frantic, and maybe it is just because it's a new period and they're kind of putting it behind them, but both seem a little more settled. I wouldn't say anyone's really looking like they're playing their game and really taking over, particularly at this early stage, but they do look a little less stressed, I guess.
Yeah. So puck drop to Davis's left. Adelaide are gaining a little bit of possession, and Lawson's looking to pass it back to Lindsey behind the net. Lindsey passes it around to Hazelhurst with pressure behind him from the Adrenaline. Lindsey's looking around for a pass to Cesarik on the side, passing it through the middle to Lawson, but he just loses it. We've got Lindsey coming through for the Northstars. Adelaide gain possession. They're coming down the left side to me, which is Davis's left as well. Davis steps out of the goal, passes it around the boards, which accidentally goes to an Adrenaline player. Hazelhurst is fighting for that puck. Anderson puts a little pressure on the boards. Lindsey is looking to pass it around, but number 7 from the Adrenaline gains the possession. A pass in to number 7, which is Pole. Passes it around, which Cesarik gains possession of and is looking to break out through the middle. Tries to pass it through to Naden, but it's intercepted by Adrenaline players. We've got an offside call. Anderson was looking pretty sweet to set it up there, though.
Yeah, they were looking excited and it was looking like a good setup, but the puck's got to be onside, folks. It does not count otherwise.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sad faces all round there. So we've got players lining up for the face-off just outside the blue line.
Rattini takes the puck drop. Ferrari gains possession, is looking for a pass, passes it up the boards, and Manwaring grabs it. He's going down through the middle, takes a shot on Anderson. It's a bit of a bouncy one, which is dangerous, and Anderson has it covered.
Yeah, Anderson got that rebound, but that original shot that went just wide, he did not look like he was on top of, scrambling, and the pads were going all kind of funny. It was potentially a really high danger shot, and he was lucky it went wide, I would say.
Got a puck drop to Anderson's right, and we're just about to drop it. Oh, and nothing happened.
We'll just try it all over again. Hit the repeat button.
Another puck drop to Anderson's right with, oh, not quite. So I think we've got our players slightly offside for the puck drop. Okay, it's going. We've got Manwaring with the puck. Shear takes a shot on Anderson, and it's scrambling in front of the net. Adelaide pass it up around the boards. It gets kept in by the North Stars. Rattini's looking for a pass through the middle, passes it to Sheard, and it just goes out of the zone. Sheard passes it back to Ferrari, gaining possession. And we've got Manwaring on the side, passes it straight back into, oh, they just lose it. Adelaide gain possession. So we've got number 3 coming down for the Adrenaline, putting pressure on. North Stars just get it back out of their zone, and number 21 gains possession, keeps it, just nearly loses the puck. Ferrari gains it, who's going down the middle, pushing, trying to keep that puck with the pressure on him, and it's an hooking call for number 23, which is that number 23? 13, sorry. Number 13, who is Benson.
A little note about the face-off. I know I was talking to one of the linesmen earlier, and the league has been really, not just in Newcastle, I've noticed in Sydney as well, really, I suppose, clamping down on face-off violations. It feels like we re-entered like 2016 era NHL.
Yeah. So we've got the puck drop to Anderson's right. We've got the puck going down towards the North Stars, and Reve's skating for it with Aperson on his back, who then drops back and is looking to play a bit more defensively. Reve skating through the middle, looking for a pass, keeps possession, just loses it. And we've got Adelaide breaking down. Number 47, which is Kratoska, puts it in between Davis's legs.
That was a fantastic, I suppose, cherry picking almost, managing to get the, intercept the pass and just going guns blazing, flying down the ice.
Definitely, and a really, really good quick shot. So we've got the replay going now. He was just in front of the North Stars, just grabs it underneath Davis's legs. It didn't look like he was quite ready for it. So we'll see whether that shakes the North Stars. Adelaide are definitely looking pretty stoked about it.
It's always nice to get your first goal.
Yeah.
Gives you a little pep in your step.
Kratoska's going quite well, though, you said, isn't he?
He's having a phenomenal season.
Yeah. So we've got Reve gaining possession, looking for a pass up the ice, across to Banga, who carries it in. Drop passes back to Malloy, who passes it back on the boards to Banga, who's trying to keep possession, passes it down to a player behind the boards. Reve with the puck in the right corner, and Banga's back with it. All scrappy in front of the net. Don't quite know who has it. Adelaide are looking to pass it out, and it bounces off the boards. Reve puts his body on the line. Kind of succeeds. We've got Adelaide with a possible, not an icing, because Davis steps out to save it. Got a whole North Stars change going, so Malloy's going to fill in some time. Hazelhurst is carrying the puck down with number 22 looking to pass it, and Anderson had it covered. Manwaring has the puck there in the corner, just gains possession. Adelaide get it off them but can't quite get it out. We've got Pat Naden with the puck passing to no one. We've got Matt Lindsey in a race for the puck. Davis steps out and grabs it. 73, big shot on, and Davis had it with his blocker. Hazelhurst is looking to pass it out to Lawson, who's going to pass it down to Manwaring. Carries it around to the left, behind the net. Still got possession. Trying to pass it into the middle, but it can't quite get past the Adrenaline players, so he passes it back to Naden with it in the corner. Passes it around to Hazelhurst. Hazelhurst keeping possession. We've got full strength again now, so 5-on-5. Passes in front of the net. And Anderson has it covered.
A couple of notes, I suppose, about Alex Kotoska. He's already almost doubled his points total from last year. So, really, like, when I mean having a phenomenal season, I mean, like, he's really having a phenomenal season. Last season, he only got, I just did some really quick maths, and 14 total points, whereas this year, he's at 14 goals and then 13 more assists.
Wow, okay. So we've had a stoppage of play from the puck drop for the North Stars side. So we've got Stanger taking the puck drop to Anderson's right. North Stars don't quite gain possession. Boyle's got the puck, gets it out, and Reve's keeping possession, carrying it back, looking for a pass, passes across to Paddy Ward, passes to Attini, who's going to carry it in. Just gets intercepted by Anderson. And North Stars hit it around the boards to Pal behind the net, who's keeping possession for now. Got a lot of pressure from Boyle to try and get that puck off him. Drop passes it to Attini, passes it back to Paddy, and he takes a sneaky little shot on. Stanger's got the puck in the corner, passes it back around to Attini. It's a bit like Groundhog Day. Back to Reve, and back to Paddy Ward, who takes a shot on again off Anderson's pads to his left. Got Adelaide just missing getting it out of the zone. Stanger's trying to reach for that pass but just misses it. Tries to pass it behind the net. Adelaide gain possession. They're carrying it down the ice. We've got number 21 carrying it down, really strong, looking to keep possession. Anderson Davis has got it covered.
So, good cover by there, obviously with, I think it is...
Adams, sorry, not Anderson, my bad.
Pope. Was kind of like bearing in on him really quickly there. So, good cover, avoid the rebound, get a restart.
Yeah, so it's the puck drop to Davis's right. We've got Harcharik in centre and Stapleton taking him for Adrenaline. It goes back to the point. Harcharik passes it down to Banga, who's going to have to skate for it, so it's no icing. Adelaide passes it back out, but it goes to Ferrari, who's passing it back up to Malloy, carrying it in the neutral zone, then goes to 37 of the Adrenaline, carrying it down the middle, passing it across to number 37, who fakes a little shot there on Dane. Got a lot of pressure to try and get that puck off him from Ferrari. Ferrari gains the puck, nearly knocks it out of the zone, not quite. It's stuck on people's skates, it's up in the air. Adelaide are trying to pass across the net. We've got number 16 with possession in the right corner. Davis gets the rebound. Sheeds trying to take the possession. Harcharik is passing around and looking to break it out. We've got it to Malloy in the corner, who passes it behind him to Banga, who's really just missed it. So that was a fight for the puck between the Adrenaline and Banga, and it's now an icing.
Just Banga versus everyone.
Yeah.
All in.
All
Let's
the time.
go.
Who's like, man, this is a rip-off. Why do I have to skate for so many icings? This isn't what I came to Australia for. I came to, like, chill out. Puck drop to Davis's right with Harcharik in centre, along with number 40...
Ferrari. Oh, you're talking the other player. Kotoska.
So, yeah, that's who it is. Banga just breaks out of the North Stars zone. We've got Adelaide regaining possession, and they are trying to pass it behind the net. We've got Adelaide breaking it out through the middle, a bit of a reach pass, and someone was waiting there ready for that cherry pick but didn't quite get there in time. And another icing. That was close. It's nearly like we changed and they went to pass to our bench.
Do love a good bench pass. Unfortunately, we did not get that puck beautifully gift wrapped, which I suppose if you're supporting the North Stars is a deeply unfortunate event. If you're an Adelaide fan, you didn't screw that up. Good job.
So we've got the puck drop to Davis's left, and we have got Lawson and Anderson taking it. They're both looking a little pooped there, but ready to go. Nick Ayres about to drop the puck. Someday soon, here we go. Let's go. Lawson just wins that, but Adams gains possession. D to D pass. Shot a bit wide. Back to the D with shot on goals. Anderson's on top of Davis, getting a little friendly there. Fight behind the net for that pass between Lawson and Sheed and number 7 from the Adrenaline, which is Pal. Trying to push it through. Big pass through the middle for the Northstars. Is carrying it behind the net, which is Tasarik, I'm fairly sure. And we're keeping it in back to the corner. Northstars have got possession. Back to Hazelhurst, who's taking a shot from the point, but it's blocked. Naden picks up the puck, is carrying it along the line, which is a little risky. Carrying it around to the left. Not quite a shot, interrupted before it gets there. Tasarik with possession, carrying it around for a bit. Looking for that pass. Passing it back to Lindsey on the point, who takes a shot, but it's a bit wide. Back around to the Adrenaline, who are going to not quite break it out. Lindsey has possession. Northstars are skating back through, ready for the breakout. Manwaring's waiting on the boards. Takes a quick shot, but it's a bit wide. Hazelhurst goes in to fight for that puck, and he passes it into the net. And Watini takes another pass off the rebound, and Manwaring takes another shot, and Anderson had them all covered. Drop pass from the Northstars to Watini on the boards. We've got Northstars possession, but they just lose it, so Hazelhurst is going to pick it up out of the zone. We have to break out again. Hazelhurst tries to pass through to Manwaring, but it just gets intercepted by Adelaide, so it's back down our end with Lindsey chasing the puck. Adelaide have just had a line change, and Manwaring's breaking into Adelaide's zone with Watini in front of the net. Number 4 from the Adrenaline, and here we go. The Adrenaline are breaking out, passing down to number 73. Goes to take a shot, just hits Reveille's pads. Kratoska's got the puck from the Adrenaline, takes a shot on Dane, and Dane has it covered.
Yeah, that one was a hard puck to the shins. Would hate to see the Brewers that caused, because it was flying previous to being stopped up there.
Yeah, lucky that right, so you're outside, you've got a fair bit of padding, but it still hurts.
Still gonna hurt every single time, I imagine.
We've got a puck drop to Davis's right with Hacharik and Kratoska taking the puck drop. Kratoska regains possession, takes another shot on Dane to the chest. Reveille passes it out to Banga, who's starting to carry it down, passes it through the middle to Hacharik, but we just lose possession. Number 16 from the Adrenaline skating down the right side, takes a shot on Dane, but is intercepted by Ward's stick. Reveille's going to pass it out of the zone to Hacharik. He's skating down the middle. Cherry picker down to Malloy. Skating through, takes a shot on Anderson, and he had it covered. Reveille just loses possession, and Paddy Ward's bringing it back. Passing it down to Malloy. Loses it as well to number 37 from the Adrenaline. Passes it through. Reveille's going to grab that one with a bit of fight from Kratoska. Reveille passes it down through to Malloy. To Banga on the left side of the ice. He's fighting for that puck, chasing it down. Looking for a pass to Malloy, who takes a shot on, but it just doesn't quite get there. And Malloy's got it in the right corner with a lot of pressure from the Adrenaline, who are breaking it down through the middle at the moment with a pass. No passes, just a one-man show, number 21. Fighting it through. Ooh, Paddy Ward just picks it up and passes it to the left side of the ice. Adams, number 21. Kratoska is going to gain possession outside of the Northstar zone and set up their breakout with Tasarik just breaking it out. So Ward is passing down through the middle to Tasarik, who's carrying it on the left side, taking a shot on Anderson to his chest, and he had it covered. We've got the Northstars possession on the left side with Lawson, and it's a stoppage.
The net looked like, not the net, no, something with the helmet looked like it had been wrong for a while. Anderson had been frantically gesturing at the referee, being like, hello, I am here, there's an issue, until he just straight up took off his helmet. Obviously, if a goalie is without their equipment at any point in time, we are obliged to stop the game.
Yeah.
So eventually it was just like, fine. Decided the puck was far enough away from him and he was willing to take that risk, which I don't know if I would have been, and just pulled the helmet off to get the ref's attention.
You don't want to have dodgy gear though.
Yeah.
It really, really puts you off.
Yeah, obviously the refs just super zoned in on the game and less so on the goalie, who was frantically waving at them.
Yeah. Puck drop to Anderson's right. Adrenaline gain possession but quickly lose it. to Sarek from the North Stars, who's carrying on the left side. Pass back to Sheed, who passes around the boards to Lawson. Lawson's got possession on the right side. Ferrari's dropping back as Adrenaline gain possession, and number 33 Tombleson passes it down. Sheed gains possession, nearly gets a hit from Pope, and Anderson just passes it in over Dane Davis's left shoulder. So he got that clear shot onto Dane, it just bounced over his shoulder.
So that evens it up, which definitely makes it a whole different game now.
So here's the replay. He skated in through the middle, and it's just gone over.
Just straight in. Very
I
nice.
think it's bounced off.
Yeah.
And into the our top left corner.
But yeah, obviously all tied up now with 2 minutes left in the period. A whole different ball game, and the North Stars are, I suppose, going to be looking to get one ahead to kind of go into the intermission with a bit of momentum. Otherwise, they won't be feeling too good, let's just say.
Yeah, Hazelhurst has possession in Adrenaline zone in the right corner, and he's back with it, passing it around to Waring, who's still got it in the right corner, carrying it around. Adrenaline keep on taking it off them, but we're going to take it out with Waring and reset up. So he's looking to skate in the left side, but 37 is just got too much pressure on him. He passes it back through the middle, down to Dane, so it won't be an icing. Dane passes it off to he passes it down the middle. So we've got Watini with the puck at the moment, passing it back to Lindsey, passing it across the right side to Pal, skating down towards the net, and it's in the left corner. Adrenaline pass it out. Watini doesn't quite get there in time. We're offside, so we pass it down to Lindsey. Number 13 from the Adrenaline skating for that puck, putting pressure on Pal to try and gain possession. Pal's breaking it out on the right side, and Adelaide regain possession, doing a D-to-D pass to number 21, who's carrying it behind the net, looking for passing options, and Chusa passes it down the middle to Krotowski, who takes a shot on Dane but doesn't quite get it. Dane had that one covered, so the rebound was to the left. Lindsey passes it up to Banga on the left side. Malloy picks it up, is carrying it down the left side, passes to... it just went out. Hacharik just didn't get it. So we've got Banga on the left side. Adelaide have just gained possession, coming down and coming through the middle with Krotowska, and Boyle's got the puck, takes a shot on Dane and has got it covered with his chest.
A frantic last couple of seconds as both teams fight for that goal that would put them in the lead heading into the second. End of the second. Right.
Yeah. So we've got Hacharik taking a puck drop to Davis's right, along with Anderson. We drop the puck, goes back to Adams, who just loses it, comes out of the zone. Got pressure from Paddy Ward. We've got Adrenaline down the left side. Paddy Ward does it behind the net, past to Reve, who wasn't quite there, so Reve goes to pick it up. Banga tries to get it out of the left side, hits the roof. So we're going to have another puck drop to Davis's left.
Obviously, our roof here, you can't get pucks stuck in, but Sydney's rink recently cleared their roof, and they found upwards of 40 pucks in the roof lining, which is insane.
Did they have like a foamy,
They've got like those pop-off tiles on the roof.
Yeah. So we've got Reve with possession in the left corner, passes it around to Paddy Ward, who passes it through the middle to Banga, who's looking for a shot. Hacharik has it, takes a shot on Anderson, has it covered. It's coming back down to Ward, who keeps it in the zone. And we are going to have a puck drop with 1.3 seconds to go. So that puck drop will be to Anderson's left. We'll pretty much drop it and then hear the whistle for the end of the second period. No one's in a real rush though. So we've got the puck drop shot on Anderson, who had it covered, and it is clear. So that is the end of the second period. 2-2 between the Adelaide Adrenaline and the Newcastle Northstars. So Adelaide won that period, for sure.
Yeah, obviously a much different period for Adelaide. We really saw them get more quality chances on goal. I actually looked up the shots on goal for the last period, and for the first period during that one. And Adelaide had 14 and Newcastle only had 12. But I think in the first period we could definitely see that the North Stars were getting more quality chances. Obviously, not all shots on net are equal, and that was very much the case in the first period. But I think they kind of kept up their momentum that they did have in the first period in regards to getting in front of the net and trying to get those shots. Those shots just became better quality and it paid off, and that is why we see a 2 on the board next to their name.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, what is considered a shot on goal is if the goalie wasn't in the goals and it went in, that is considered a shot on goal. So anything that comes in the vicinity that the goalie covers is then a shot on goal. But Adelaide definitely stepped it up, and if it makes you wonder, are North Stars dropping back or are Adelaide stepping up, because it doesn't make sense with their position if this is how they've been playing all season.
Yeah, it's been a really good game so far, and particularly a really good period for the Adrenaline. But it is something we have seen from them. They have had moments of great periods throughout this season. Frequently, when checking scores while I've been commentating other games, it's been like, oh, the Adrenaline are down by this much. Oh, the Adrenaline have got a bunch more goals now. I think it's for them. It's just a matter of getting out early and really getting those leads. So they're tied now. We've got 20 minutes in the third period coming up on us. If you're the Adrenaline, you really just need to keep doing what you're doing. As for Newcastle, I think they just need to work out what they did different this period, because they were fine in the first period. While they were maybe not the prettiest goals they ever get, they were definitely putting pressure on and getting those shots on net, and they did get 2 goals from it, even if they weren't necessarily textbook, tic-tac-toe type situations. So they do need to go look at what they did this period, maybe look at what changed, and then step out. They've got 20 minutes left. It's the long period. Anything can really happen. Yeah. It's essentially a whole new game in this case. And they've got a short bench as well. Yeah.
So just to wrap it up, we're 2-2 with the Adelaide Adrenaline winning the second period. We've got Hamish Pal ringside with Mickey Holmes, so we'll pass over to them and we'll see you guys soon.
Mickey Holmes, and I'm here ringside with Newcastle Northstars defenseman Hamish Pal. Hamish, can you tell us what went wrong in that second period?
I don't think anything really went too wrong. I think we're okay. They got a few lucky bounces in there, so anything you see, we just got to keep our feet moving. I think we were just waiting for the puck a little bit too much, so got to be first to the puck, just keep our feet moving, and that's how we got those goals in the first. So keep it going, good things will happen. So.
Yeah, definitely. And they did. Adelaide took some chances during the second period, capitalised on a couple of mistakes there. Going into the third period, you're just going to keep that momentum up, keep playing a really hard game?
Yeah, for sure. So just got to keep our feet moving. So make sure we're going up as a group, not going one out. So make sure we're supporting. If teammates coming up, make sure we're dropping back, supporting. So playing as a team and just, we'll keep working hard.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'll let you get back to your team.
No
Thanks for taking the time.
welcome back to the third period. You're here with Lucy and Alyssa. We're currently 2-2 with the Newcastle Northstars and Adelaide Adrenaline at the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. We're just announcing the play of the game at the moment, and the winner is... I'm not sure which player it is yet, but we will find out. So coming out of the second period, Adelaide won the second period with the 2 goals, Northstar getting 0 goals. So I think we'll really see it even up in the third, whether Adrenaline fatigue because they have a shorter bench, or whether Newcastle lose their momentum a bit as Bangor scored both of their first goals. But it'll be interesting, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be difficult for Adelaide. Only having 4D in any situation is not ideal. You're heading into the longer 20-minute period. You have had to take a flight today. No one's going to blame them if their legs start to get a little bit tired. However, that being said, their defense has been really good all game. It's just about managing to, I suppose, maintain that level of intensity throughout the third, or will there be lapses that the North Stars can take advantage of?
Yeah, so I think that there's been big differences between the North Stars goals and Adrenaline's goals. Both of Adrenaline goals have been really good shots that have just gotten past Dane, whereas both of our goals have been off rebounds. And the insane play of the week was...
Sam
Lawson. So that was his goal that he put in the back of the net. It was pretty exceptional. Straight in over the goalie's shoulder. And he's got a giant check with his face on it.
Just what every hockey player hopes and dreams of.
I know.
Not the trophies, any of them, not shiny medals, giant checks with your face on it.
Especially because it's only a $50 note. $50 note with Lawson's face in the middle of it, which is very exciting. So congratulations to the fan who won that one this week as well. The jackpot was $100, I'm fairly sure, this week, which is pretty cool.
So the fans are getting even more than the player in this situation.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay.
Rough.
He'll get over it. Lawson's got Lawson's lucky enough to have his face on the check, so what more could you want?
Just frame it, put it up at your house. I remember after the All-Star game this year, I think it was one of the Sydney players tried to check his giant check into the oversized baggage at the airport, and it's 100% one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
So we're about to start the third period with Rick West as our ref and Nick Eyre and Dan Bora as linesmen, looking to drop the puck with no Adelaide player yet. They're coming in. We've got Harcharak from the North Stars and Riley from the Adrenaline in the middle, ready to start this third period with 20 minutes. We've passed it across to the North Stars. They're keeping possession. Reveille's got the puck, passing it through the middle. Boyle gains possession. Harcharak fights for that puck, and he's pushing down. We've got Adelaide with possession behind the net, holding that puck with Adams, who passes it around to number 47. Adams back with possession behind Adelaide's net, looking for that pass as they're moving around. We've got Adelaide breaking down through the middle with Kratoska taking a shot on Dane. It bounces off his shoulder into the boards behind him, with Reveille gaining possession, passing it around to Bangor, who's passed it back to Reveille, who's passing it down through the middle to Malloy. Down the side to Bangor, is skating down the right side, about to take a shot on net on Anderson, and has it covered. There's a rebound, and Kratoska gains possession. Bangor gets it back. Malloy passes to Harcharak, and it bounces off number 21 stick from the Adrenaline, which is Adams, and it was out of play as it hit the net.
Joe Harcharak just missing that rebound there, going to Kratoska instead, which is slightly unfortunate for him. He's had a good game so far, 2 assists on both of Bangor's goals. We've really seen him kind of come into his own again this season with the addition of Bangor. Had a bit of a rough start, it's really settled down now with his current line mates. Yeah,
so if the puck dropped to Anderson's right, number 37 is breaking down from the Adrenaline, and he just loses it on the blue line, which means it is an offside. So he just loses his feet there, and the puck's gone the other side of the line, so that's a no-no. I know lots of players that trip over the blue line here in Newcastle. I think they've done something to it.
Just raised it a little bit, it's something fun.
That was my dad's excuse when he was a player. Oh, I tripped over the blue line. So defense from the North Stars doing a D-to-D pass to Lindsey, who's holding it, passing it to Hazelhurst on the left side, breaking it down, carrying it down, passing it through the middle to Naden, who tries to reach it in. Naden's skating around, but the number 7 from Adrenaline gains possession. Tasaric has it down the middle. It's all a bit caught up in all the players. Hazelhurst is skating back for it. carrying it behind Davis in net. Passes it back to Lindsey, who passes it down to Tasarik. Through to Hazelhurst, who's carrying it down the right side with number 7 looking to go in for a hit, but Naden just skates around it. We've got Adams with the puck on the left side of the net, trying to push it out, which he successfully does, but Lindsey gains possession on the other side of that line. As Lindsey skates in with possession, trying to gain possession, Adams grabs it, passes it to himself. One-man show, what more do you need? Through the middle, and number 7 is skating down the right side with the puck, with Adrenaline moving into the middle, passes behind the nets, number 21, with North Stars just gaining possession. Tasarik trying to bounce it off the boards, but it's just not gone. We've picked up the puck in front of the net with Menwaring skating down the middle with Boyle defending against him, trying to push him wide. Menwaring passes in front of the net. Tasarik goes to shoot. Anderson has it covered. It's behind the net with Stapleton picking it up, and Tasarik regains possession. He's skating around looking for that pass. Passes it around to Sheard, who's looking to take a shot on Anderson, and it just goes off to the right. We've got Ferrari skating in with the puck, trying to go up against the Adelaide player who is holding there, having a nice little hug. Number 13, which is Benson, is skating down the left side from the Adrenaline, doing a pass to number 3, who takes a shot on net, but it's just a little bit too wide. We've got Powell picking it up, passing it to Sheard, passing it to Liam Menwaring, back to Powell, and it's down towards net. Martini goes for that shot, but is just not fast enough. Menwaring picks it up, and Powell, we're looking to get that shot, stuck it, we've got a shot which is too wide to the right. Paddy Ward picks it up, passes it behind the net, and Adelaide with Aperson picking up that puck, gaining possession. Aperson passes it back around to the right to number 3, who carries it around. Drop pass back to Aperson, and he gets it out of the zone with a long pass down to Paddy Ward as he gains possession, passes it back to Reve. Reve passes it through the middle, which bounces off Aperson, and he's breaking it into the zone. Newcastle gains possession, tries to get it back out again, but Adelaide pick it back up with Adams looking to gain that possession, but Malloy beats him to the puck on the right side. Malloy's got possession, and he passes to Hacharik, who's behind the net with Banga. Banga's moving around, looking to take a shot on net with Hacharik there. Oh, it's a goal! Malloy just knocks it in. Hacharik passed with a backhand pass. Malloy puts it up over Anderson's shoulder, and it's a goal.
Also, I 100% have to check the replay of this before I say it, but if it is what I thought it was, Malloy's goal celebration was beautiful.
Let's watch the replay now. So Banga passes it in, Hacharik passes behind him, Malloy bumps it up over the goalie's shoulder.
Yeah, quite literally blew a kiss to Hacharik for that behind the back blind pass.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Which was delightful to watch.
So that just went over Anderson's net. He can only cover so many goals. We've got the puck dropped, and Adelaide have possession in our zone with number 37 at the moment, who passes it behind the net. And Adelaide holding possession on the right side with 47, which is Kratoska, holding it, but a lot of pressure from the North Stars. We've just gained possession with Malloy, and they've had he looks a little bit butthurt that he got bumped there, but he'll be right. We've got Riley breaking it up through the middle, but is intercepted by Hacharik, who's skating down for that puck that Boyle currently has and is fighting for that possession behind the net. We've got Malloy putting the pressure on now. It's going down towards Paddy Ward, who's going to do a D to Hacharik pass, my bad, sorry. Hacharik's looking to gain possession, but we've got a North Stars change. We've got Tasarik skating down the middle, taking a shot on Anderson, and it's just too wide, and Tasarik's the one in the net, not the puck.
Did manage to dodge the goalie this time, so good job not hitting them, but you do need to put the puck in the net, not yourself, as fun as it might be.
Player puck, I think we should count it anyway.
Count us both?
No, I think that was just, he came in a little bit too hard. Luckily, the goalie was out of the way, quick smart for that one. But it was a strong play for Tasarik. He just lost his feet. We've got a puck drop just outside of Adelaide's defensive zone. Lawson passes it back to Lindsey, who's holding the possession, passing it to Hazelhurst, who's skated in on our left side, looking for a pass, passes it behind the net to Lawson, but Anderson knocks it around the boards. And we've got Pole skating it down, passing to number 21 from the Adrenaline. Takes a shot on Davis. It goes to Davis's right. 13 passes it back around behind the boards. We've got Northstars looking to gain possession again, but we don't quite get there. Hazelhurst has the puck. He's skating down through the middle. Long pass to Pat Naden on the right side of the ice, and Adelaide regain possession. Hazelhurst now picks up the puck, passing it down to Lawson, passing it back to the D, and they're going to regroup and try and get that breakout going. Hazelhurst is looking for a pass, only can find a long pass, but that is an icing, as no one got there.
See, obviously the North Stars scoring with just around 5 minutes into the third period. So they've kind of got the momentum at the moment, which is obviously a nice thing, particularly heading towards the end of the game. That being said, there is still 14 minutes left, and Adelaide is still playing really well, so I wouldn't be surprised if they even things up quite quickly.
Yeah, so we've got puck drop to Dane's left. Adelaide are gaining possession behind the net. We've got Best with the puck at the moment, who just loses it to the North Stars, and we've got, I think that's Lawson fighting for that puck, but Naden just loses it, and it's back in Best's hands, skating down the left side of the ice, and he just does a drop pass which gets intercepted by Lawson, who's skating down the middle looking to pass to Tasarik as a long one. Tasarik picks up that pass, stacks it, and Aperson has the puck, passing it out to Kratoska and down the right side with pressure from Watini, and he doesn't quite shot on Dane's left shoulder, sorry, my bad, but it's a rebound. Pal picks it up, is skating down the middle, takes the shot, but it's too high. Liam looks for that rebound, but he just missed it. Watini passes back down to Manwaring in the left corner. Hayden, she takes that shot. Watini's bumped into the goalie. We've got a goalie there skating for the puck, and it's a little bit messy. So what happened there was number 21, which is Adams, actually knocked Watini into the goalie then, which made it look pretty bad, but it was just a fight for the puck, and then it was just a little bit scrappy because he had a goalie on his bottom and the puck nowhere to be seen. I don't know about anyone else, but Hamish Pal's fake tan is making him very hard to spot today.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation. I don't know if any of you noticed it in the intermission, but he is a delightful shade of orange, courtesy of losing the shootout competition at training this week.
Yes.
So, time to practice the shootout goals, Hamish.
Banger with the puck in the right side. Oh, and a shot on goal, which Anderson has covered. It's a fight for the net, fight for the puck in front of the net. Anderson passes down to Dane Davis, who has that covered, who passes around to Rive, carrying it behind the net, doing a long pass across to his bestie, Hacharik, passing down to Banger on the right side. Banger looks in to take a shot to Malloy, who just misses it. Anderson had it covered. Back to Banger behind the net. Hacharik is on the left side looking to get that puck in the net. Back to Rive, looking for a shot or a pass, carrying it across the blue line, around to Hacharik, it's in! So that one was on Hacharik's stick. He kind of bounced it a little and bounced it in.
That's also Hacharik's 4th point of the night, so he's having a game, but yeah, kind of bobbled off the back of the goalie there and eventually fell in, which it's always kind of almost sad to see, because you never want goalies to let in a goal that way, where it's like on their back and there's nothing they can really do about it. But all the same, it counts, and the noise in the building just elevated a tiny bit.
Yeah, it was off his bestie Rive as well. They seem to set up pucks so well together. They live together, they work together, they play together. So they're definitely a good pairing. We've got the puck drop back in the middle of the ice, heading down into the North Star zone with number 13 from the Adrenaline taking it. We've got Lawson grabbing the puck, skating down the middle. It doesn't quite make it. There he goes. He's moving down to Anderson, takes a shot. Anderson has it covered. It's rebound. Boyle shoots it back out with Ward skating down to get the puck, and it is going to be an icing.
So yeah, Newcastle's really taken control so far, I would say. Like, we've definitely been talking about it all game, that it's been a little bit to and fro. Adelaide obviously had the better second period, but they were coming into the third even, so it's really been interesting to see Newcastle, really step up and take possession and be getting those quality chances. They're in and around Anderson all the time, making havoc, and just really not making the tiring Adrenaline defense's job very easy at all.
Yeah. Naden just took a shot on Anderson, he had it covered. But yeah, you're definitely right. So we've got another puck drop now. That was a quick shot.
Yes, Alyssa, see how fast she can talk and finish up her sentence challenge.
That's okay, we can both talk at the same time. We've got Lawson taking the puck drop with number 29, which is Adam. No, sorry, I said the wrong name. Anderson. Adams now has got the puck skating up through the middle, passing across to number 7, which is Pole, hitting it down into the right corner. Number 13 from the Adrenaline picks it up, but has a lot of pressure on him from Stanger. Hazelhurst does a long pass through to Naden, and it is no icing. Stapleton passes it back out. We've got Matt Lindsey holding possession, looking for a pass. It goes down to Hazelhurst, who's skating into the zone, not passing it yet, holding possession, passing across to Lindsay, taking a shot on Anderson. There's a rebound. Manwaring tries to get it. Naden tries to get it. It's behind the net. Manwaring back with possession on the right side. He passes to Hazelhurst, who takes a shot, and Anderson has it covered between his legs.
Also, really good defensive play by Boyle there, managing to keep the puck away from Naden. That was like an open net on that side, and managing to get control of that and steer it behind the net. Honestly, you probably saved the Adrenaline from having another tally against their name.
Definitely. Hey, I imagine he probably played with Naden as well, because he also played AJ.
A lot of these young guys have definitely played against each other quite a lot.
Yeah.
The next generation.
So Watini has possession on the right side. Stapleton gains possession, tries to get it out, and successfully clears it from the zone. Ferrari passes it to Sheard, who trips over, and it's a call against the Adrenaline. So Hamish Pal passes it in. Adrenaline are going to have a penalty against them for tripping. Let's see who it is. It is number... Is it Tombleson?
33.
Yeah, 33,
yeah.
Tombleson. So he's in the box for 2 minutes for tripping.
So this is, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is...
hooking, my bad.
The Adrenaline's first non-coincidental penalty of the game. So the Northstars' real first crack at the power play.
So we've got Malloy holding the puck, passing down to Harcharik with a lot of pressure from Aperson to lose that puck. Aperson gives him a little shove in the back just to let him know he's there. Malloy passes it through, and Kratoska gets it out of the zone. Malloy skating down with number 73 on his back. Malloy drop passes to Reve, who's skating down the right side, passing across to Harcharik, who's skating down the left, passing to the middle to Tasarik, but he misses it. Banger's got the puck in the right side, passing around behind him to Harcharik, looking to pass in the middle, but it gets intercepted by Adams. Banger's got the puck, passing back to Reve. Banger's goes to take a shot, but doesn't quite get there. Tasarik's holding the puck on the right side, passing it back to Malloy. We've got a shot, and Anderson has it covered. He gloved it, did a little windmill move, and I am so here for it.
Another something I've noticed quite a lot watching Newcastle power plays is, while like when we're in the zone, we're definitely not bad by any means. It looks good, we set up well, we get quality chance. We do have a real issue with maintaining the zone in power plays, and that's really showing in our power play stats, which is unfortunate.
They look a little bit stressed. We've got Malloy with the puck, passing to Banger, who's taking a trick shot. Harcharik has the puck to the right of the net, takes a shot, and Anderson passed it out in front of him. Reve with the puck, passes it to Harcharik, one-timer, but it was covered. Harcharik on the right side, passing it to Banger with Tasarik in front of the net, trying to one-time it, but he misses it. So Reve's skating for the puck with number 16, straight on his back, pressuring him. Reve's coming down through the middle. He's still skating, takes a shot on Anderson, but it is too high off the net, so that will be a stoppage right now.
Luckily, it is going to be an offensive zone face-off for us, so the Northstars are not going to have to gain the zone again. But again, still that matter of they really need to keep it in a power play. You really want 2 minutes of uninterrupted offensive zone time in the ideal power play, and we're really just struggling to get that at the moment.
Yeah, so we've got 30 seconds left of the power play. We've got Kratoska skating down the middle, taking a shot on Davis, bounces off his shoulder, and Adelaide go to pass it back, but he just wasn't quite ready, which then I don't think it can be an icing when you pass it to a teammate, but that's okay. Stringer has the puck, he passes to himself, but Lawson just gets it off him but bounces it out. We've got 9 minutes and 3 seconds left in the third period, with 11 seconds left on the Northstars power play.
We also just had the Adrenaline's goalie on the bench catch that puck, which was delightful to watch.
Yeah, so we've got some We've got some feelings from the Adrenaline bench, but it's all right. We're still going. We've got 10 seconds left. We've got Kratoska taking the face-off to Anderson's right, and number 73, which is Best, is passing to the side to Kratoska on the right side, passing it back to Best, taking a shot on Davis, and it's in! So Best was uncovered there. He had a beautiful shot, went to Davis's right and snuck in.
That was, a really nice, not quite a shorthanded goal, but definitely kind of flowing off them having a really successful penalty kill, which hasn't necessarily been a strength of Adelaide this season. They do have the second worst, I suppose we could phrase it, as penalty kill in the league. That being said, they don't take a lot of penalties, so it doesn't very often come to bite them. But in this case, they were really aggressive on the puck, really making Newcastle's life difficult, and it paid off, being able to ride that momentum to a goal.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got Adams passing it to the side, with Malloy just gaining possession, taking it into Adrenaline zone, with Boyle passing it back out, but he misses it. Harcharik loses the puck to Benson, and Reve regains possession out of the zone, waiting until everyone's onside, and dumps it into the left corner. So we've got a little late check there from the Northstars. Boyle has possession, with Harcharik gaining it in front of the net, carrying it to the right side, looking for a pass, goes past Malloy but loses it in the process. Malloy has the puck at the moment, passing it into Anderson, and it just goes too wide. Malloy passes behind to Banga, who passed in front of the net to Malloy, but Anderson had that covered. That was beautiful. That was quick and hard.
Big save,
right, but
not great. But big save for Anderson there. Obviously, really high danger chance, and with 8 minutes in the game left and your team still one behind, you're going to want to have that one covered.
I'll tell you what Adelaide also did that I noticed in that last goal. They snuck in a sneaky screen at the last minute on Dane, which really helped. But we'll see what happens now. Harcharik is taking the puck drop with Riley, and Adelaide just get out of the zone with Ward and 73 fighting for that puck. And it is no icing as the Adelaide beat the Northstars to the puck. We're trying to get out of the zone with Reve passing it off to Bangus, getting down the left side, looking for that pass in the middle, drops it into Anderson, but it was a rebound to the right. Reve has it to the right of the net, keeping possession miraculously, passing it around. Aperson gains possession with no stick, with his feet. Banga has it behind the net on the left side, passes it to Malloy in front of the net, and it's loose, and Anderson has it covered.
Yeah, Aperson's stick obviously lost back at centre ice. He was definitely looking for it for a moment there, trying to work out whether it was within retrievable difference. But yeah, a good save and excellent play by Aperson, given that you can't directly play the puck without a stick.
Yeah. So we've got the puck drop to the right of Anderson with Wittini and
we're just actually fixing up the glass by the cafe side door. Just came loose when Aperson got leveled into it, so they've just slid it out because it slides in and out, so obviously skaters during the general sessions can enter and exit there, so just sliding it back in, making sure it's all secure and that no one's going to get injured on it before we restart the play. Oh, and they're still going on.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky to get in as you've got to slide it in just the right section to get it to stay. But the good thing about the perspex that we have here is that it's quite tough, and it leads to, I feel like it leads to less injuries caused by the boards.
Yeah.
Because you've got that you don't go over the boards with netting, as you do with netting. But yeah.
It's definitely nice having glass. It's not a given in Australian ice rinks for those who are potentially tuning in for the first time.
Sheedon takes a shot on Anderson, but he had it covered in his glove. And it is a puck drop to Anderson's right with Stapleton and Wittini once again. Wittini passes it off to Stanger on the right side, but Adams gains possession. He's skating down through the middle, and he's gone off to the left, bringing it around behind the net, and there's a stoppage of play for an offside. So someone was a little too keen, I think. A little too keen to get over the line.
Just a little quick.
So we've got a score update from the other games today.
Give me half a second, and I will have one for us. okay, maybe I won't, because people are saying goal, but they're not telling me what the number is. So I will check and get back to you on that.
We'll find out soon. So we've got the puck drop with Adrenaline gaining possession, knocking it down into the North Star zone and passing it D to D to Hazelhurst, passing it back to Matt Lindsey, I'm fairly sure, down to Naden, who's passing it back down to Sarek, but he gets a little bit caught up. Lawson's chasing that puck with Aperson, who's passing it to his fellow player, who gets a little knocked around there. Naden's fighting for that puck, going down on the left side to Lawson in the middle, backhands it, but it doesn't quite make it. 21 to Sarek's on the right side, slipping over his skates once again. Tape on his skates, maybe, we'll have to see. Lawson passes around to him, to Sarek, passes back to Lindsey, goes to take a shot, but it bounces off the Adrenaline and nearly takes out the goalie's head once again. That looks like it really hurt. Number 7, who is Pole, he looks a little bit worse for wear right now. We took that player out and we nearly took out their goalie. Good one, Lindsay.
Quick around the rink. In Melbourne, we currently have the Canberra Brave up 6-2 against the Mustangs in their Pride game. And in Sydney, the Bears are up 6-1 against the Melbourne Ice, who will be visiting here tomorrow.
Awesome. So we've got a puck drop to Anderson's right. Kratoska is keen for that puck drop, skates in a little early. And he's now going in for the puck drop with Riley going off to the left. Kratoska wins the puck drop, but Bangor gains possession, passes into Hacharik, who goes to make that pass, but it is all caught up, and Anderson had it covered. I got so excited I couldn't even say Hacharik's name. Hacha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
It happens to the best of us.
So Hacharik and Riley are taking the puck drop to Anderson's left, and we've got North Stars winning with Bangor gaining possession, passing it to Reve, to Malloy, taking a shot on net. Hacharik passing back to Reve, who knocks it out of the zone, making a pass to hopefully Malloy if he can win possession, but Apperton actually got there first. Oh, Adam, sorry. So he passes across to Kratoska. And I'm very sorry if I've been saying pole rather than... Oh, it's a goal! So we have got... I can't even see his number right now. That one just went in under Davis's pad.
You have to understand, we're at the complete opposite end of the rink to where that goal was just scored. So
we'll just wait a second. We'll be able to find out who that goal was. I think it was...
Looking like best given
I'm fairly sure
the... Oh, replay coming up. Yeah, that's best.
Yeah, that's best. So it was a bit hectic in front of the net. He knocks it in under Davis's pad, so that evens up the game to 4-4 with 5 minutes and 53 seconds to go, with a timeout to the North Stars. And I'm sorry for my mispronunciation of Foal. Foal?
It's Foal. Yeah, I think at some point you've just transcribed it wrong.
Yeah.
Which happens to the best of us. We've definitely all read something wrong at one point and just ran with it. But yeah, I think a good point for a timeout for North Stars. Obviously, they got that 2-goal lead early in the period and have yet again let it slip away for the second time this game. So with 5 minutes left, we are all tied up. And particularly considering how far ahead the Bears are in Sydney, with them only being in 5th place and a couple of games behind. We don't really want them getting 3 points.
No.
So the North Stars really need to take a minute, collect yourself, and work on getting that lead again, so that we can maintain that gap we had on them.
Yeah. So we've got a bit of an alteration to our lines at the moment, with Hazelhurst and Reve D, with Hacharik and Bangor and Malloy out as the forwards, and I'm not sure if this is another power play line from the Adrenaline, but we've got Riley taking the puck drop against Hacharik in centre ice as Rick West is about to drop the puck. So that one goes back to Reve. He's carrying the puck, passes it around to Malloy, who makes another long pass, but it is offside. So that one was meant to go to Hacharik, but he just couldn't reach it. So it's looking like we're going back down to Dane's right, and it will be a puck drop. This is a time that everyone starts to take their time a little bit, trying to regain their possession and their breath. So we've got the pass going out to Bangor on the right side, who's carrying it in, makes a drop pass to Malloy, but it's all caught up in the adrenaline. Ray takes a shot, and Anderson had it gloved. That was a beautiful save.
That was beautiful. I would watch that again.
It was a very quick shot. Reve is known for having a pretty quick, accurate shot. You often see him out there warming up the goalies. We've got a replay now, so he carries it in, is in front of the net, and Anderson has it so good. Very impressive save. We've got Riley and Harcharik taking that puck drop once again, and North Stars just lose it with Adams carrying it up through the middle for the Adrenaline, going off to the left, going into the zone, skating into the middle, and he just loses possession to Hazelhurst, who passes it behind the net, hopefully to a North Star, but they just lose possession, and Adelaide just knock it out of the zone on their skates by accident. Adams is holding the puck, passing it to Kratoski, who, that was no tripping, but a trip. He tripped over something, and Dane gets a shot on net, but it goes to the right. Reve skating for it, and it's hit the net. I don't know what happened there, whether he tripped over his feet or a stick, but it was
just a lot happening,
yeah,
if we're being honest.
It was a big one, but it shows the quality of him as a player, as he recovered so quickly and was still so competitive to get back, to get that puck back until it went out of play. Got Lawson at the puck drop, and he wins, passing back to his winger, but they just lose it with number 37 taking a shot on Davis, but it goes wide to the left. Lindsey passes it around with Naden looking to pass it out of the zone to Lawson, but Adrenaline gain possession, pass to their defense, but they just lose it with Lawson looking to take it into the zone in the right corner. We've got Aperson there with number 37, and Lawson's looking to try and gain some possession. Naden skating in for that puck. Lindsay's got it on his skates, trying to hold on to it until we are onside. It is a bit of a scuffle at the moment. We've got everyone looking for that puck. So we've picked it back up, D-to-D pass, and Tasarik's skating in after it. Adelaide pass, D-to-D, and back out onto the left side, but it's interrupted by Ward as Tasarik skates down the left side, looking to bring it into the middle. Passes to the Adrenaline to Pope, who then loses it to Ward, unfortunately. We've got Stringer with the puck, and then Anderson carrying it up the right side, loses it to Harcharik, who's carrying it in the right side, skating in with a big fight against Boyle, who's pushing for that possession, who's just checked him against the boards. We've got Foal carrying it up through the middle and loses it to the left side, and we've got Hazelhurst behind the net with the puck, holding on to gain that possession, looking for that right pass. So he comes around to the left, to the right, and passes to Malloy on the left side, who's skating down through the middle, holding possession. Harcharik picks it up, takes a shot on Anderson, but it's wide to the right. Anderson passes it out to the left, and we've got Hazelhurst passing back to Banga, skating around through the middle, passing to Reve, looking for that shot, and he gets it in! That went just between his legs. So that one was off Malloy, what did I say?
I'm not sure. It was a bit of a slow dribble in. Everyone taking a little while to celebrate.
I thought he had
But
it covered.
Malloy definitely appears to be taking the head of the fist bump line, so I would say a late tap in from him, but I'm sure we'll see the replay in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, so here comes the replay now. We've got carrying it around. Reve picks it up. He gets it in just under the goalie's pads and gets it in. That was a good one from Reve. So he skated up from D and it paid off.
So here it is again.
The pass was from Banga, sorry. So Banga carried along the blue line and passed to Reve. We've got a puck drop with the Adrenaline winning it with Aperson with the puck, and now Kratoska skating down the left side, going into the middle, taking a shot on Dane, and it's that was scary. That was a loose puck in front of the net, but North Stars just gained possession with Adelaide regaining it, back to Reve now, passing it around to Banga on the right side of the ice, looking to get it out of the zone but to still make a pass. So Banga's holding it for a minute, regaining possession. Adelaide knock it back into the North Star zone. We've got a pass now to Malloy, down to Manwaring, skating down the left side, looking for someone to pass to, but there's no one there just yet. That means that the that Adams regains possession, is skating down the right side, takes a shot on Dane to his pads, but it's bounced off to the right. We have got the Adrenaline fighting for the puck on the right side of the ice, and North Stars just managed to knock it out with Manwaring kicking it the last way out. We've got number 21 going back through the middle with the puck from the Adrenaline, carrying it to the left side, passing it around to Foal, and Reve, picks it up, passes it around to the left to Pal, and Pal is going to pass it around to Atini, but it doesn't quite make it, so Pal picks it back up and dumps it down the left side of the ice, with Anderson going to get that puck but just missing it. Pal's on the right side with the puck, drop pass to Atini, who's checked against the boards, and Boyle goes to ice it out, but it's no icing as they have beaten the North Stars to the puck. So we've got the North Stars with possession at the moment, with Hazelhurst holding it on the left side of the ice, hitting it off the boards and regaining possession straight down the middle. Hazelhurst is going down. Banger's got it. Hazelhurst with a pass from Banger, but it doesn't quite make it. We've got Harcharik with the puck on the left side, passing to Reve, looking for that pass, passing down to Banger, going in, dropping it in the right side, and Malloy is skating for it, with Aperton currently holding it, carrying it around to the left, but drop passing to Adams. Banger's picked it up, passed it down to Malloy, and Kratoska picks it up. Banger goes to poke check him, but doesn't quite make it. Best has the puck, passes it down, and Davis is clearing it out from the right side of the boards. North Stars currently hold possession. They've done a long shot down to the Adrenaline. Adrenaline have pulled their goalie, so Adams just made a pass to Best, and Adams is skating up the left side. They've got 6 players on the ice, as they've got no goalie. Banger passes it back down to the Adrenaline side. North Stars don't want to take the risk because they're currently up 5-4, but Banger has accidentally iced it.
So yeah, that's going to be an offensive zone start for the Adrenaline, and they appear to be taking their time out, which I think is good. You've got 5 seconds. You know you're getting that ozone face-off. There's definitely enough time to get a couple of quality shots on goal, and they're going to be wanting to capitalize and do it quick because the clock is rapidly running out.
Yeah.
Also, in little intermission updates, in the time since my last score update, the Mustangs have managed to score several goals, and it is now 6-5 in Melbourne. So not sure where all of them came from, but they're definitely making a push. Obviously, it's their pride game today, so it's one they really want to win. However, in Sydney, the Bears have continued to extend their lead over the ice and are now at 7-1.
Okay.
So, bit of a nail-biter in Melbourne and a bit of a runaway game in Sydney.
Yeah. So we've got 5.73 seconds left at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium, with the North Stars up 5-4 over their Adelaide Adrenaline, with the puck drop to Dane Davis's left. We've got number 16 taking the puck drop for the Adrenaline. Nick Eyre is about to drop that puck, and North Stars, it's not happened. So we're all stressing out. The puck drop isn't happening, and Rick West is skating towards the box. We've got everyone in Newcastle cheering on our players, clapping. It's very loud here.
So yeah, quite possibly a timing issue if he's over talking in the box, not agreeing with what is up on the board. So we could be seeing a clock adjustment. That's the only thing I could really understand him going over and talking about.
Okay. So we're back, ready to go. Oh, not quite. Rick West is just going to chat with the Adrenaline coach, I assume, about the time.
Yeah, someone somewhere has debated a time, and now we're figuring it all out, but sooner rather than later, we can only delay this for so long. The puck will be dropped, and we will find out whether the North Stars win or whether we're heading to another shootout. I feel like we've had to a few shootouts this year. We're very good at them. Obviously, our first game against Adelaide went to a shootout, so we've all seen each other there before.
Yeah. So we're back for the puck drop. Not quite. It was a false start. My bad. Sorry, guys. Rick West just kind of broke my heart a little bit. I thought we were ready to go.
It's just skating laps in front of us, teasing us. It's very rude. They're just phoning it upstairs.
So this is kind of hard
That
for
was
the
like
players.
a landline phone from like 1990 there.
It's definitely a landline phone. So we've now got the puck drop to Dane Davis's left with 5.34 seconds left. Adelaide gain possession and Banga knocks it out of the zone with another icing. Oh no. With 0.6 seconds to go. So Banga needs to learn to hit the puck a little softer.
Aperson already also screeching about the whistle then went, I wouldn't say immediately after the puck crossed the line. Obviously the refs weren't exactly in the best position to see it, whereas he was.
We've got a second back.
We got a second back, so he got his wish.
We've got 1.6 seconds with Aperson taking the puck drop. We've got a different kind of positioning for all of the players. It looks a bit like soccer.
I almost feel like I'm watching the World Cup right now.
Yeah. We've got Rick West giving some instruction to the North Stars. They're holding a wall between the players and Dane Davis, so Aperson will be looking to pass it to his left to get that knock-in into the goals. But it's clear, and Davis had it, and he covered it to his left, and the North Stars have won against the Adelaide Adrenaline 5-4. That was actually really close. It was a little bit nervous because it was loose for a minute and no one had it covered, but you can only do so much in 0.6 of a second.
You really can only do so much in that. It was definitely a really good setup by Adelaide there. Definitely one you generally see more in soccer, but with that little time on the clock, it was definitely a smart move by them and not a play you generally see teams pull.
Yeah.
I would have been a little disappointed if they pulled it off, but I think it would have been lovely, aesthetically wise, if they did.
I like the idea of it, not the practicality of going to a shootout.
The idea would be better if it was like my team, but you know.
But yeah, that was a really, really strong game from the Adrenaline.
Really strong game for the Adrenaline. I almost feel like they did kind of almost deserve a point from that. But like, I still want us to get 3. So can we just make an extra point exist? Is that not an option? Disappointing.
But if the Adrenaline continue to play like this, what kind of chance do they have of making finals if they can get a couple of wins under their belt?
It's still a bit of an outside chance to them. They have to keep up a truly phenomenal points per game percentage to make the finals at this rate. So obviously not getting any tonight is not ideal. However, if they are playing this type of style and putting it up against these best teams, while it might not come in handy this year, it's definitely something that's going to start paying off in future years. Yeah. We see it all the times with teams, the ones who do often go through that growing thing together and they let the youngsters come up together and develop them properly. It quite often pays off and you see it come back tenfold eventually. So I would say big things in the future for the Adrenaline, not necessarily this year. They're obviously not out of it yet, but they are definitely an outside chance. However, playing like this, anything can happen, but it will need to rely on other teams falling as well.
Okay, so what we saw really strong from the Adrenaline today, I would say, was a lot of pressure in the zone. Unfortunately, the North Stars upped that pressure a little bit and worked their way into the slot, but really strong passes and strong shots on, good screening of the goalie. They did like a really mobile screen where he just stepped in at the last second, really good timing. Dane lost sight of the puck and that's when they scored their last goal. But it was really, really close. They came out of it winning the second period completely and only just losing the third.
Yeah, obviously, coming back from 2 goals down once is hard. Coming back from 2 goals down twice is really difficult, and they put on a fantastic show doing it. So obviously not the result they wanted or Adelaide fans listening would have wanted, but it was a fantastic game by them, and they deserve to be really proud. That being said, quickly, because I noticed it when I helped down in production, if you are an Adelaide fan that is still listening, make sure you stick around because we will go to the post-game show after this where we'll be interviewing people like your coach and some of your players. So, hang around. There's stuff for you.
Yeah, definitely. So, what do you think was Newcastle's strongest point tonight? They've got, strongest... I don't know what I'm even trying to say. What did the North Stars do well that got them the win today?
That first line was really good. Obviously, Joe Harcharik got 4 points, one of them being a goal. We had Banger with 2 goals. They really just went out there and showed why they are the North Stars' number 1 line. Quite often, this season we've seen we have a more evenly balanced team. So we've seen contribution from all parts of the ice. We had obviously, I think it's the third line and Pat Naden have a phenomenal start to the season and they were doing really well. We've seen the second line step up with obviously... Zane's usually on that line, obviously out with injury at the moment, but that line has been really good. And the first line, while it has been good all season, they are still the number one line, have been like solidly the number one line the entire way through for a reason. We've really seen them kind of come into their own since the inclusion of Banger, and this game really showcased that. I think we saw start to see the full potential of what they could be capable of, and heading into playoffs and finals and stuff, that is something we really want to start to see from them as we look to clinch that place.
Yeah, and as much as we want to play all of our players and really utilise everyone's strengths, when push comes to shove, you're going to put out your best players for as long as you can.
Yeah, so you want your best players to be producing.
Yeah. The hard thing was when the Adrenaline called that timeout, we'd had our star players out for so long that that Adrenaline gave us a bit of an advantage by giving us a break. But that setup on the puck drop with the last couple of seconds to go, I've never seen before.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, and I'm someone who quite often tracks plays, lots in notebooks of stuff, and I've seen some people pull some interesting face-offs right at the end, and I've always wondered why teams didn't go more that angle type of thing. But yeah, I think that could be something that was really interesting if more teams start kind of jumping on that bandwagon. I guess you've definitely got an advantage, and with not a lot of time left, I can see why it could work really well.
Yeah, the hardest thing about doing a puck drop like that as a player, I understand, is that you've really got to get an exact angle to get it back to those players. It would nearly make a bit more sense to have a player sitting slightly behind you to your left if you're a lefty, so you can knock it back to them, and if you're right-handed, to pass it back to your right and get that shot in. But ideally, you had the best chance of getting a goal on Davis if it was screened and it snuck past him.
And yeah, obviously, it also, one thing it did, it puts a lot of pressure on the person who's doing the face-off, which was really interesting. They had a defenseman going in to do it. We saw, I think, Aperson take a couple of face-offs tonight, but he is a defender, which don't typically take face-offs.
Yeah.
So yeah, really interesting that they did put him in and kind of ladle him with all the responsibility of winning it, and not just winning it, you have to win it clean, which he didn't manage to do, which is why it kind of all went a little haywire there. But yeah, an interesting play. Will be interesting to see if they repeat it again at any point in time, or whether it's something we see other teams testing out in similar situations.
Yeah, well, you don't often have something that close or have a player ice it so many times with just a couple of seconds to go. You'd usually have someone try and skate out and hold onto that puck and waste a bit of time. But I think it was just a bit of desperate play, trying to get it out, keep possession, and not let that goal go in, which is really, after coming out of multiple shootouts for the North Stars, and just missing having those 3 points, just getting the shootout points, I think that is the last thing they want, is a shootout.
Yeah, so those 3 points, for reference, put us at 30 points for the season, which is a nice little 4-point gap over Sydney, being the Ice Dogs, not the Bears. Obviously still waiting on results from all of the other games that are all still continuing at the moment, so things will shift a little bit, and we could potentially see the Sydney Bears. Oh, no, Sydney Pies can't jump into third tonight. Sorry, okay. So no shifting in the top 4 tonight, except for us. Potentially Canberra getting further ahead, but at this point, Canberra's just getting further ahead. I think we've all kind of come to accept this.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously good to get a little bit of gap on the Sydney Ice Dogs. They will be playing the Adrenaline tomorrow, which, again, if you're Adelaide listening, hey, you're going to be listening to me again. Sorry if you don't like that. But yeah, so a nice little gap, and it's good to have that buffer.
So what do you think has really made a big difference for Canberra this year? Because I know we're seeing them shoot ahead. They've been strong previously. They've made it to the finals. They've just stumbled at the last hurdle, but they are ahead in leaps and bounds this year. What do you think has been the big difference?
I think part of it, in a way, comes down to the performance of the Melbourne Ice. Obviously, Melbourne, the last 2 years have kind of been the runaway train, and while Canberra's been good, they've still been having to face this juggernaut that was the Melbourne Ice. However, with them having the season they are having, there's really been no one at, I suppose, that same regular season level as Canberra this year. So they're going in, they're winning most of their games. They're largely being uncontested in a lot of them. Obviously, today was a close game. They've had a couple of other close games, but a lot of their scores are quite weighty wins, I would say. That being said, they also, while they did lose players like Geordie Wadrick, who obviously at the North Stars we know to be a phenomenal scorer from his season here, they lost him to the Sydney Bears. They did pull in players like Joey Hughes from the Melbourne Ice, and then obviously getting Per Daniel Goranson, a defenseman from the Perth Thunder, and then they got a really good import goalie who played for the University of British Columbia and was phenomenal with them and shows a lot of really good, just like goalie traits and stuff like that. He's clearly had some good training along the way. I have my hints and clues as to who that might be just from like certain things he does, but definitely has had some good Western Canadian goaltending coaching there, and it's definitely paying off. And I just think it's kind of all finally meshing together to them, and this could potentially be the year we see them finally win the cup. However, they are going to have to get over that weird roadblock they have in finals games, which we've seen time and time again.
Yep. So that's us done for today. I'm Lucy and this is Alyssa, and we're going to pass over to Mickey doing some post-game interviews. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed the game.
Hi and welcome back to North Stars Live after that intense game with Adelaide Adrenaline that ended
with a 5-4 win for the North Stars.
Yeah, just got there in the end.
Yeah, very close game. Newcastle gave up a couple of shorthanded goals. Coach won't be happy about that. They, they had the opportunity on a power play both times, and to Adelaide's credit, their penalty kill was very strong. and their top player, Kratoska. Yeah, I think he assisted on every goal in the game.
Yeah,
So,
and he has some serious pace as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, that was a good wake-up call for Newcastle. I thought that they were going to walk into that game with an easy win, but Adelaide certainly showed up for the game, and it was good to watch. They,
it was.
They kept it nice and close towards the end there.
Yeah. And I think it's really important to mention that Adelaide came back twice from being 2 goals down.
Yeah.
And I think that's a massive ask for any team.
Yeah, well, that goes to show with Newcastle that you can't just give up once you're up 2 goals.
Yeah.
You got to keep possession of that puck, keeping the puck deep, and they just got a little bit too greedy or too fancy with the puck there a couple of times and got their pockets picked, and Adelaide showed that they have the ability to put the puck in the net.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was
good to watch.
Yeah, it was.
It was really interesting last week. Bert Malloy, our North Stars captain, actually said that if he starts showing up and if he starts scoring goals, we're going to start winning games.
Well, he did. He showed up today.
He did.
Bert got 2 really big goals.
2 goals and an assist.
Yeah. His line, the number 1 line, or the first line for the North Stars, our few imports and everything on that line, they certainly brought it to the table for goals, but saying that, they were on the ice for the short end of goals against. So, that goes to show that it's 2-way hockey, and but yeah, those goals by Bert and Banger, I think he assisted on every one of those goals, and Nick Reve, he assisted on a couple of those goals as well. So that line is performing, and but they also have to clean it up in the defensive zone as well. So
can't just play a sort of one-sided game.
No, that's right. Well, they're doing their job to be out there scoring, but you don't want to get caught against as well. It's not good for your plus minus. So, yeah,
definitely. So it was definitely a really good game to watch.
Good win. We get away with the 3 points. So,
just. Now we actually have Adelaide Adrenaline coach Jim for you, Chuck here.
Great.
Might have a chat to him. So we'll have a chat to Jim, and then we might have a chat to Adelaide Adrenaline player Caleb Aperson. So first we have Jim here. Hello. Hi, how are you?
Could be better.
Look, I think it goes to say, you guys came back twice from being 2 goals down. I think that's a massive effort for any team.
Real credit to our guys. I know we're missing some key guys right now that, like Joey Rezick, who really adds a lot to our offense, is not in the lineup. And, we've got some other niggly injuries that, I think make a difference to the whole lineup. But the guys that were in tonight, full credit in terms of, knuckling down, working hard, no quit, great attitude. And, really came down to one. I felt it was a lucky bounce that gave them the winning goal. So.
Yeah. It could have been anyone's game up until that end goal.
Yeah, at the same time, Newcastle has a really good team. So I'm saying that because I think that's a good credit for our guys that, how well we played. Because I feel really good about their performance tonight. And, obviously we have another game tomorrow, and we're hoping that kind of spills over and helps us in terms of our mindset for preparing for tomorrow. So.
Yeah. Perfect. I think you definitely should take the credit because that was an amazing game to watch.
From a fan's perspective, I thought it was pretty entertaining.
Yes.
Obviously, I look at it a little differently, but good. It was a great crowd here tonight. They're into they're great supporters. They're into the game, and it just creates a great atmosphere to play in. So I think it's good for both teams when you have fans like this. So.
Yeah, and does that sort of play for your boys as well? Does that sort of amp them up in a way as well?
Well, I think we play better when the opposition boos us. I'm
feed off the negative energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit about your career. You played for the Canberra Knights back in the day, is that correct?
I can't remember, it was so long ago. No, that's right. I did play for the Knights. I lived in Canberra for 5 years, and it was 5 great years. So.
Yeah, and you coached as well?
Player coach for 5 years, yes. And I got to give credit to Chuck Nash, who was my assistant, and he was a great guy to work with, and I thought things went well with the 5 years that I spent there. So
yeah, and being a player coach, do you take that on when you're coaching these guys now? You've sort of seen both sides of the table.
I strongly believe that having been a player, it helps you kind of appreciate the situation the players are in. At the same time, I know that when I really got into coaching, it took probably 5-6 years to get the playing out of the blood. because from a coach, I think you look at the game slightly different than a player does. Like as a player, you're really only worrying about yourself. As a coach, you have 20 guys to worry about, and you want to do what's best for the team, and you want the team to play well. So, there's some slight differences, but definitely your comment before about having a better understanding as to where the players are coming from and an appreciation for the situation. They're, like at times it's stressful for them, especially some of the young players. So
yeah, and you've got quite a few of them this year.
We are very young and we're on a steep learning curve, but credit to them. They're working hard and terrific attitude. That's important.
I think, and that it can only get better as time goes on.
Well, we believe that. Yeah.
I think definitely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Pleasure.
And you can go and get ready for tomorrow's game.
We will do that. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jim. Bye. Awesome. So that was Jim Foyachuk, the Adelaide Adrenaline coach, and now we have Caleb Aperson, who's coming to have a chat to us. Hi, how are you? Yeah, good, thank you. So, Caleb, you've had a bit of a busy week.
Yes.
Playing in the USA Canada Ice Hockey Classic.
Yes.
Yeah. How was that, first of all?
It was a great experience. So, it was kind of last minute. Wednesday night, I found out I was going to play.
Yep.
Showed up to the rink Thursday. Crowd turnout was great. I think there was about 7,000 plus there.
Wow.
So that was exciting.
Yep.
It was a little weird putting on the USA jersey when I am from Canada, but I guess anyway you can get in the game, I'll take it. And yeah, it was just overall a great experience. I had to play with a lot of good players and just be around them. So yeah.
Yeah, and you scored, was it 2 goals in the third period?
Yeah.
And you guys went on to win the game.
Yeah, we won in overtime, so
Yeah.
it was a big win for us. Yeah.
Those 2 goals were pretty important then.
Yeah, I had a rough first period, so it was nice to be able to help the guys out in the third.
You can finish on a high note as well.
Yeah.
And what was it like scoring against Ben Scrivens, the Canadian goalie?
Pretty surreal, like me being from Ontario, I definitely saw him playing on TV and whatnot, and same with playing with my D partner TJ, just was able to grow up kind of following him or whatever, so yeah, it was pretty surreal.
Yeah, and it's funny, in the Pride game today at the Mustangs, they're actually auctioning off Ben Scrivens' stick from the Sydney game.
Okay.
Yeah, so really nice little connection there.
Yeah.
So your sister Kelty,
Yeah.
as well, she captained the Canada side in the Universiade.
Yes. Yeah.
So what did you think that would have been, you putting on the USA jersey? And
Yeah, Kelty, yeah, she's a very good hockey player. So I don't even know if she knows I played in that game yet, to be honest, just because with the time change and the distance, I haven't told her. But I'm sure she'll ride me a bit for that.
And is there a healthy rivalry between you two?
Yeah, so there's actually 5 of us in the family, and 4 of us are still playing. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, my other sister's at the University of Lethbridge, Alberta. Kelty's playing Calgary professionally, and my brother's at university. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, we keep busy around the rink.
And all over the world pretty
Yeah,
much as
yeah.
well. So tonight, how do you feel that you played today?
Tonight, that was a good game for us. Would have liked to get some points out of it, but it's just good. It's a rebuild year for us, and coming here to Newcastle, they got a pretty strong team. So it was fun to be in a game and compete there to the end, and hopefully tomorrow goes a little better for us.
Yeah, definitely, and I think there are so many positives to take out
Yeah.
of this game. I was just talking to Jim, and we were saying that up until that last goal, it was almost anyone's game, and you guys came back twice from being 2 goals down.
Yeah, so it's good to see the guys not giving up and competing right to the end. So, that's all you can control is your effort level and your compete level. So it's good to see that we didn't quit.
Definitely didn't. Well, good luck for tomorrow night, and thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you. Perfect. So that was Caleb Aperson there from the Adelaide Adrenaline. And now we have a North Stars player that you may recognise who hasn't been on much this season, JFK. So he's coming over here to have a chat to us. Just he watched the game. There we go. Hello.
Mike, can you turn me up?
How are you?
I can't hear you. I'm very well. How about yourself?
Good, thank you. What did you think of the game today?
Oh, it's fun to watch. Like my real thoughts?
Yeah, real thoughts?
I thought it was lacking a little bit of the intense side. I think it picked up. I think the last 10 to 5 minutes of the game, I was probably expecting that from both teams.
Yeah.
Because they both need the wins, and we're on the second half of the season. So But overall, yeah, not bad. But it was fun to be on the other side watching.
Yeah, I was going to say you donned the jersey once this season, I think in our season opener here at home.
Yes.
And so what was it like being on the other side of the glass?
It is different. Obviously, you want to get out there, you want to have fun, but at the same time, I'm in that stage of life where I'm watching a game with my daughters, my wife, and it's amazing. So, I mean, you always want to be out there. Whenever you always want to throw on the jersey and play, but it was different, but I enjoyed it.
That's good. That's good. And what have you been up to?
So everything. So obviously, the big thing that we do is NSA, which is our ice hockey academy that I run with Matt Lindsey and Dave Ferrari.
Well, did you see the Newlywed Challenge? They are a married couple. So.
I know, it's beautiful. Like our team's growing, so now that they're married, hopefully the kids come soon. But a lot of my time's been devoted towards ice hockey development, obviously working full time, and just being able to support my wife at home. So.
Perfect. And were there any real positives that you think the North Stars should take away from today's game?
You know what? A win's a win. And, you're not going to complain about that. Obviously, when, you're battling for those top spots, for the playoffs, you have to have that. So whether it's 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, it doesn't matter. They found a way to win, and that's the big thing.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, this is my first time seeing Sammy Banga.
Yep.
Yeah.
Banga?
Is it actually Banga, or is it Banger? And you guys call it Banga?
It's Banga.
It is Banga. Okay,
yeah.
so it's not. Okay, yeah. But he's impressive. He was a good pickup, and I think he's going to do a lot of good things for the team for this for the home stretch.
Hopefully, and I think he assisted on every goal that he didn't score tonight. So, really goes to show that he is making quite an impact.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you for inviting me.
That's so good. It was good to see your face around the rink again.
This is home for me.
So. During game time.
Yeah, during game time.
I was going to say, 4 o'clock in the morning usually, but during game time.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. We'll go enjoy your night with your lovely wife and beautiful kids.
I will.
Thank you so much. So that was JFK from NSA Hockey and a previous North Stars player, and now we have North Stars coach Joe Terrio. Hey Joe, how are you?
Yeah, who was that guy?
I don't know.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah. I think he was a ring-in in like the first home game or something.
A ring? No, I don't think so. I don't know.
So how did you feel you went today?
We got 3 points.
You did.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was really good to get the 3 points. Everybody battled when they had to. We picked up 3 at the end, which is a little disheartening, when, again, for the 3rd game in a row that we started off on a 5-on-3 penalty kill. Taking the wind out of the sails right away, so it's it's getting to be a bit
old. ... Yeah.
So.
And Adelaide did take the chance to come back twice from being 2 goals down.
Yeah.
How do you fire the boys up, to come back from that, or just to get them to really start digging deep and, playing the best that they can?
I don't think it's at that point, it's not even a motivational speak. It's like, you guys know what you have to do it. But, they're all adults, they're all grown men, they're all great hockey players. Everybody knows what they have to do. For me to go and tell them, guys, we got to score goals. Well, clearly they do. You know what I mean? They know they have to score goals.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, I don't think it's so much of pumping them up, more as calming them down and getting them back on board, back on task. Once you lose focus of the task on hand, and then that's when everything goes pear-shaped. So.
Yeah. So last week, Bert Malloy said that, if he as captain starts showing up and scoring goals, they'll start winning games, and that happened exactly tonight.
Yeah, it's exactly. And Bert's a big leader on and off the ice, and it's exactly it. When he starts scoring goals, that's your threat right there. Those guys, and everybody else falls in hand. Harch and Bert and Sammy Banga, great combo. But even Lawson. Richie, Russian, and Patty Naden, everybody. They're all, everybody was a great combo tonight. Hamo stepped up really, really well. Everybody did what they had to do. So in the long end, like I said, we got 3 points.
That's it. Got the win.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, Joe.
No
I really
worries.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
So that was Joe Terrio, the North Stars coach, and now we have Matt Whitney, the D-man for the Newcastle Northstars. Hi Matt, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. How do you feel you went tonight?
I thought the boys played pretty well for the first period there. Couple of errors there in the second, let him back in the game, and then again in the third. But the boys showed some resiliency there to get the win.
Yep, perfect. And I think it was difficult to. It was anyone's game up until that last goal. Adelaide came back twice from being 2 goals down. Is it just a matter of buckling down and really focusing on your jobs out there, or?
I think so. Yeah. There was a couple of little mistakes that we can be better at, but we get them right, and we'll be good for the rest of the year. So.
Yep. And are there any positives apart from the 3 points that you're taking away from tonight's game?
Definitely. Hamish Pal stepped in there, played a role tonight. He played unbelievable.
So do you, just touching on Hamish, do you think it was possibly his new tan that really worked for him? Yeah.
100%.
Sorry, so yeah, Hamish Pal really stepped it up.
Yeah, he did. He's one of those guys that you can count on to do whatever it takes, and he definitely did that tonight, and he deserved the our player of the game. So he stepped up and he did his job.
That's all you can ask, isn't it?
Definitely. Yeah, we've got a lot of character guys in the room, and he's certainly one of them.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us, Matt.
No worries.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Perfect. So that was Matt Whitney from the Newcastle Northstars, and now we have 2 goal scorer and I think assisting on every single goal, Sammy Benga. Hi Sammy, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Well, you've certainly made an impact in your first couple of weeks in the AIHL.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. The boys have been really supportive, and I feel like every game I'm slowly getting my legs back and feeling more comfortable out there, and I've had good line mates and they've helped me out, and we're winning, so that's the more important thing.
Even better. So 2 goals, and I think, did you assist on every goal that wasn't your own?
I don't know for sure, but
I know maybe. It was at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
What did you expect coming to the AIHL?
Honestly, I didn't really know. I knew a few guys that came over and they've had good experiences here, but I think till you live it on your own, you really don't know, and it took me a couple games to start getting used to the pace of play, how it is over here. Even the other imports told me it takes a couple weeks to get used to it, and just getting the jet lag out and everything. It's been good now. So
yeah, definitely. And I think that's showing. I mean, in your first weekend, you got 4 points across the weekend. So if that's you just not performing at your best, and you think you're getting good now, I think it can only get better.
Oh yeah, the team's winning, and hopefully we keep producing. So yep. I'm excited.
Perfect. And what have you liked most about Australia so far?
I mean, it's been really good. It's my first time ever in Australia, and I've got to go surfing a couple times, so I'm slowly learning how to do that. So that's been one of my favorite things so far. And just coming to the rink, the guys are a good group of guys here. They get along, we joke around, so it's been fun, and I've really enjoyed my experience so far.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Awesome. So we might just get Gav Thurston back on, but thank you. No, you're welcome. So that was Sammy Benga. Who's certainly made a very big impact on the league, as he's scored, I think, almost 2 goals in every game and at least 1 assist. Hi, Gav.
Hi, I'm back.
So,
few interviews, yeah, it's good.
Few interviews, yeah. You definitely got a really nice picture of the game from everyone that was involved.
Yep, it's good to get an inside, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
And see how the boys were feeling about their performance,
yep.
and what the coaches saw and what they're taking away from it. And as Jim said from Adelaide Adrenaline, he's just really hoping that this is a turning point for them, that they can take the positives from today and go tomorrow and win, which I think they're really able to do.
Oh yeah.
They're almost there. It was so close tonight.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was talking to, I'm not sure the player that you interviewed, but he's they're a young team, and they'll get more experience and a lot more confidence out of that, playing to that level of hockey.
Yeah.
Newcastle is setting a fair standard of hockey, like the other teams in the top 4, and Adelaide has certainly got something to aim for. Yep. So I think they'll give the Bears, is that who they play tomorrow?
I believe so.
Bears or Dogs, one of the Sydney teams tomorrow, and I think they'll give them a surprise. They're a good chance of winning that game tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
It will be.
That could certainly upset the top 4. So,
yeah, definitely. So tomorrow we're back here again from 3:30 p.m. and we're taking on the Melbourne Ice, so make sure that you come back and tune into that as we prepare for that game.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and good night.
Good night.